And a good morning, everybody. How is your Saturday? Saturday, it is the 20th of July, closing in on the end of another summer month. My name is Aaron Phillips, and I'm coming to you live from Portnoy Gallery here in Las Vegas. And as you see so far, I am behind the mic at the table, starting off the show as a solo. Neal is here. He is touring our guests, walking around the studio. Dennis, Blair, and his wife Peggy are here. Dennis, of course, will be coming on live at about noontime Pacific. And so I just thought while they were doing the tour, I would kind of get things started. Welcome, everybody, and you'll join us as soon as he's available. We have guests starting to pile in, and hopefully, if you don't have this on your schedule to come down and join us, please do so. We have the Portnoy Gallery Step and Repeat banner, red carpet. You can take pictures with Dennis. As I said, Dennis will be coming on with us live at about 12 noon Pacific. And he's got his guitar with him. And for those of you who don't know, I'm just going to read a short bio that was prepared so you get an idea as to who Dennis is and his background. Of course, he's one of the most versatile comedians in show business. He co-wrote for the Rodney Dangerfield movie Easy Money, which I've seen many, many times. He's, of course, been on The Tonight Show, HBO, co-hosted the Stephanie Miller radio show with Elaine Boozler, and is entertained everywhere from Carnegie Hall in New York to the Universal Amphitheater in Los Angeles, Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. He's also appeared regularly in Las Vegas, Atlantic City, Lake Tahoe, Reno, and Laughlin with much major celebrities such as Rodney Dangerfield, Joan Rivers, Jackie Mason, and the Beach Boys, the Righteous Brothers, Melissa Manchester, Gloria Estefan, Tom Jones, and George Carlin, with whom he toured for over 18 years in the U.S. and Canada with George. He also is a singer-songwriter and has 2 comedy albums, a country music collection on iTunes, and an original jazz CD entitled Hapless Romantic. So as you can see, we'll be able to venture into many territories with Dennis when he comes on here with us in a little bit. Of course, I'm going to be interested in hearing a lot about his time with George Carlin and how easy it was to come up with the 7 dirty words you cannot say on television. Hey, those of you out there, we thank you for joining us and getting us started a little bit early. We appreciate it. I'm about to log into the video portion itself here on my cell phone, so I'll be able to catch comments. Hi, April. Aloha for you out there in Hawaii. Johnny Rock. April's out there. A couple others are out there. We thank you for watching. I would appreciate, now that the show is live, if you would please reshare this link to your wall, to your Facebook page. This way your friends can see our page and see the show and also stay connected. And also go out to our Facebook page and like Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. That is our show page. And we're closing in on 1,000 likes, which we appreciate, but we want 5,000 likes. We want them soon. So if you like what we have to say and share with us, we're all about a show that's based in Vegas, about Vegas. We talk about national headlines, local headlines, but there's 2 topics we don't talk about, and that, of course, is politics and religion. We are available on podcasts. As soon as this video is over, you can go right back to my Aaron Phillips page. You see this video immediately available if you missed anything that you want to recapture. More importantly, though, you can also go to our YouTube channel, Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, where I upload these videos to that page, because I know there's people out there that like YouTube. Also, too, the audio files, you can find us on iTunes, TuneIn, SoundCloud, Stitcher, for all of your audio likes. If you would prefer while you're driving in the car and you want to hear our show, you can go to those pages for just the audio. And we thank you. And again, please keep resharing our stuff. We appreciate it. So I'm going to put a quick message out there. And I want to start off by saying, of course, this is the first time. Hi, Sheila. Hey, Diana. Hi, Sheila Cooper. Thank you. Jonathan Corrant, good to see you. You'll become a Jonathan Corrant, who's a fabulous singer and entertainer here in Las Vegas, will be joining us here on our show coming up in a couple of weeks. And we have some great guests coming along. Just you need to make sure that you stay tuned with our Facebook page and our announcements, or you can just, like me, send me a like request to my Aaron Phillips page. And this way we can connect and you'll stay up to date on all of our guests who we have coming up. So great shows coming up over the next couple of weeks, actually up through the middle of September, as we also have Chadwick Johnson, another wonderful singer, entertainer here in Las Vegas, close friends with Jonathan Corrant. We tried to get them together at the same time, which would have been a heck of a show as well, but having them separate will be just as good. Hey, Guy Richards, how are you? Right on, right on. Definitely. So we thank you. And what else is going on? Now, I wanted to save some of my conversation that I have in mind with Neal about being away and everything. So I'm going to just talk. I'm going to pitch a couple of things. Hi, Stan. Thank you for tuning in. Carol Epstein, thank you for watching as always. We appreciate it. And again, those of you just joining us in the chat room, please reshare this to your wall so that your friends can see this. We would appreciate it. And then hopefully remind them to come and like Twin Brothers from Different Mothers so they can stay on top of it. I just want to plug a couple of events that are coming up tomorrow. July 21st is the Miss Fabulous, Mrs. Mr. Fabulous Las Vegas Beauty Pageant. It is going to be held at the Emeralds at Queens Ridge tomorrow afternoon, right up on Rampart, just north of Charleston. It is a pageant. The doors open at 4 because there'll be some food, entertainment, raffle prizes you can get tickets for. There'll be vendors there. The actual pageant starts at 6, and upon completion of the pageant, there'll be a semi-party and celebration and dancing and everything. So we have contestants who are registered that are young as 8 years old, all the way up into our, using the category, senior categories, but I like to say the more experienced categories. Oh, it's all right, Carol. You're with us in spirit. David, good to see you out there. Hope you're feeling well, and congratulations on your ongoing health transition yourself. So that's tomorrow. So if you're available, come on up. Doors open at 4. The pageant starts at 6. Tickets are still available for the pageant. You go to fabulouscrowns.com for more information. And then the following Sunday, the 28th, many of you know that I am the hi, Robin, one of the commentary voices for Big Valley Wrestling here in town. And the 28th, a week from tomorrow, is the next card that they have at the Sahara Event Center. It's called Brave and the Bold. And believe it or not, this is a double main event card. BVW heavyweight champ Frank the Tank will be taking on, and those of you who are familiar with independent wrestling, especially here in Las Vegas, he'll be taking on the demigod Funny Bone. So this is going to be a heck of a match. And then the second match in the main event is going to be Kevin Ducats, who is the BVW Las Vegas champ, in a no disqualification match against Sean Black. They had a huge match and a backstage scuffle, you might say, after the event on the 14th. But to come on out, tickets are $12 a person, 2 for 1 for seniors. Kids under 12 are free. There is some reserve seating as well, right in the front row, and beautiful recliner chairs. Johnny Ronk and myself will be there providing commentary for. Hi, Diane will be providing commentary for the card as well. So we thank you all for tuning in. Hi, Monique. Nettie's out there. We appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in again. Please reshare this feed to your Facebook page, so that those of you watching can reshare it and for it to appear on your news feed, or not on your news feed, on your wall for everybody to see. When you get tagged, if you didn't know this, it just shows up in your news feed and nobody else really sees it, but you, your friends, whoever, they don't see it. And in order for them to see what you're tagged in, if you want them to see it, and hopefully this is something you want them to see, you have to reshare it to your wall. So please do that. We would greatly appreciate it. And we thank everybody for watching. Yes, Diana. Yes, welcome back from vacation. Yes, back to you as well. By the way, Diana, how's the pup acclimating to home life now with you guys and with Peanut? Short story, while we were on vacation, we went with our dear friends Barry and Diana Waxberg, and they recently lost a family member. Thank you, Diane. They recently lost their 11-year-old lab about a month and a half ago, or 2 months ago, back in May. And while we were down in Havasu with them, they decided to go to one of the pet rescue facilities down there, and needless to say, they adopted a 2-month-old puppy whose name is Larry. Ironically, happens to be my father's name. It was just so aptly named. Hi, Rosella. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Please reshare us. So they came home with a new pup, and they went to visit him every day while we were down there, because where we stayed, they don't allow pets in the units we were in. So they went and they stayed with him down there, and cutest little pup you'd ever see. I wish there was a way that Diana can put up. Actually, you might be able to, Diana, in the chat room, if you have a picture. You can the picture of Barry and Larry driving together was a great picture. But anyway, so consider your rescue pets first before you go and buy pets. Many animals need rescuing rather than going to the puppy mills, so to speak, in the stores. Go out there and take care of the pups that need to be taken care of. Hi, Stephen. Thank you for watching us. We appreciate it. So coming back from vacation is quite interesting when it comes to the getting back into reality. Is it just me? And I would love to see comments on this. When you know your vacation is ending and you're on your way home, is there anybody else other than me starts getting melancholy? Yeah, you're kind of like in your last day. You got to you start thinking maybe about packing. getting back to reality, got to stop for gas. Everybody, the bill collectors are waiting to call. Well, they still call anyway. But is it just me, or does a little bit of melancholy just kind of settle in when you know vacation is just about to wrap up on your great vacation? We just spent 8 days down in Lake Havasu, which is about 230 miles from here. It's right over Arizona. You cross through, obviously you leave Nevada. Diane, thank you for validating my melancholy feeling at the end of a vacation. Hey, Tony, good to see you out there too. Thank you for tuning in. So you get out of Nevada, you quickly drive through California, you reach Route 40, and you're on your way to Arizona to Lake Havasu. You should look up the history of Lake Havasu, and you'll know kind of what it's all about. And now joining us here at the broadcast table, Mr. Neal Portnoy is joining us. Let me turn your mic up now that you're with us.
Good morning.
There you go.
I can hear myself.
There you go. Yeah, I turned it down because I didn't want to pick up the ambient noise in the background. But I was just welcoming everybody, giving them a feedback on what we're doing here today. Dennis will be joining us about noontime.
Great.
I gave a little pitch on the pageant for tomorrow, and BVW next Sunday, so people are aware of that. And I was just, and you and Dorothy just came off of a vacation yourself a week or so before I went away. And I was just talking about, was it just me? But when you know your vacation's wrapping up, like on your last day on the boat, you're heading back to docking, and do you start getting melancholy that vacation is over?
Sure. It's like, I want to get back in the boat next to it, go for another week.
Right. I didn't want to come back. I was ready to, because what we do, I can set up a laptop from my balcony to what we do down there. I don't have
Live from Lake Havasu.
That's right. That's exactly right. So Diane agrees, and Diane says hello to you. I don't know why the chat room's not coming up on the laptop, but I'm monitoring it here on my phone.
All right.
And again, I just want to remind everybody new to watching us, you're watching Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, a weekly podcast that is a mere musings of two guys who just happen to look a lot alike, that have a lot to say about what's going on either in our Las Vegas community or around the country, or sometimes even around the world. But two topics that we don't talk about here is politics and religion. This show is intended to be fun, entertaining, uplifting, goofy, silly, informative all at the same time, and just bring you a little taste of Las Vegas that perhaps most people out there don't know about.
We don't live in a hotel.
No, nor am I sleeping in a sleeping bag next to Bally's or Harrah's. So I was just kind of feeling everybody in.
People are, though, because I drove by and there was like a whole community of homeless people in sleeping bags.
Steve Nagel, thank you for tuning in. That's one of my New Jersey friends. So New Jersey is checked in. If you are not from Las Vegas area and you're jumping into the chat room, put in there where you're from. It would be great to know. Hey, MJ, good to see you. Put in there where you're from. We'd love to know what reaches we have that's out there. So that'll be cool. So I was just talking about that, the emotion of vacations wrapping up.
Sure.
You spend a week. You guys were on a cruise. You were doing your thing. We were on a beach where I purposely really didn't go anywhere except walking from the beach to my condo back down. It's just so relaxing. I took my camping chair. I sat in the middle of the lake, just watched the boats going.
You got a great tan. I don't know if you can see that out there.
I hope you do.
We're almost the same color now.
I purposely wore white, hoping that the tan would, I colored and sprayed and everything all week long until Thursday. It was the last day. My daughter Lissa joined us, so we had an extra person down there that was using the sunscreens.
Yep.
So I said, you know what? The last day I'm here, I'm going out bare. No sunscreen. I did have a hat on most of the time when I was in the water, of course, to protect the dome. But you know what? I just wanted as much sun as I can get on that last day. And nothing hurts. No burn. No nothing.
Nothing hurts.
Nothing hurts.
How about a shoulder and a leg? Tell us about what happened.
Well, Diana Waxberg is saying hi to you right now. Barry's now watching as well.
Hi guys.
So here's the thing. My wife had on her unbeknownst bucket list item to me was she wanted to try paddleboarding. Now, last year when we went, we met a lady whose name is Michelle Watson, and she owns a printing store down there. But more importantly, she has a nonprofit called The Clothes Closet, where she takes donations for those who are homeless or need help.
Charity.
She does it right. And I had her, she was coming up to Vegas last year, the following week after we visited her, and while I was on K-Shop, I had her on as a guest. So I called her up when we were going, and hey, we're coming back down. We did dinner at her house. She invited us over. And then the conversation of paddleboards came up.
So you tried paddleboarding.
Tried is the operative word. I give kudos to my wife. She did great. She was on. She stood up, paddled down the channel. If you're familiar with Lake Havasu, from the Rotary Park Beach down to the bridge and back.
Well, it's easier when you're 4'2".
That's what I tried telling her. Her central form of gravity made it so much easier.
Yeah.
Not when you're 6'1", 215 pounds. Even in my now svelte condition, I would have never tried it at 350. never even put myself out there.
Well, the board has limitations.
The board does have a weight restriction. Look, when you step on a scale and it doesn't give you a number, it says ERR, you know you're heavy.
Well, I step on it, says one person at a time, please.
Jessica Tonman, Dennis Blair. Oh, Dennis Blair's watching right from our gallery. Our guest.
There he is. He's in the corner.
He's in the corner. We've cornered. You don't put baby
Don't
in the corner.
put Dennis in the corner.
Right. Jessica Totman's watching, one of the teachers from my wife's school. But anyway, so I got this every time I tried, I was in the water. Every time. The last time I tried to stand up, I knew I was going over, and I went off on the side, and my right shin must have caught something. It made contact with the side of the paddleboard and opened me up pretty good with the gash. I posted the picture out on Facebook, and today I showed it to you. It looks a heck of a lot better.
Was anybody next to you going dun dun dun? Dun
no, but I got out of the water quickly because
okay.
there are fish in there. There are fish in that place.
Yeah,
and,
little fish. They don't have sharks.
Listen, years ago they filmed a movie down there called Piranha. This is probably like 6, 7.
Really?
8. Yes.
They have piranhas in the water?
Well, they don't. I'm presuming they either CGI'd them in, but the beaches and stuff that you see in that movie was Lake Havasu, right where we were.
Wow.
So I joke about wondering if they did get all the piranha out from filming.
You know what? They made little piranhas. And
there's little nippers.
Nippers, yeah.
So, so I got out of water. So, yeah, I opened up a nice gash on my leg and walked around with some pretty nasty bandages. But, look, I got up to my knees and I paddled. I straddled the board and I paddled. It was fun. My wife had fun. I had fun. Unfortunately, I had to cut my time short trying because of my shin. So, do's and don'ts of paddleboarding. This is something Barry suggested I should put together for today's show. Do's and don'ts of paddleboarding. I'm going to do the do's first.
Is there any national organization of paddleboarders?
There probably is.
Do they have a convention in Vegas? Because everybody's got a convention in Vegas.
Yeah, but
National Convention of Paddleboarders.
Yeah, but paddleboarding in Las Vegas, though, doesn't make sense. There's no water to try it.
I have water. We live at Desert Shores. We have 3 lakes.
Yeah, but I don't think they might paddleboard. They might paddleboard out there.
Oh, we can't do paddle. Yep.
No, outside. That's true. You can't swim in the actual lake itself.
You wouldn't want to.
You wouldn't want.
No,
but they have good fishing at Desert Shores too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do great fishing there. So here's my number one do for paddleboarding. Okay, and this is courtesy of putting my head together with Barry. And first number one do of paddleboarding: don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. You would think after a year plus of doing CrossFit and the core strength,
you'd be in shape and condition and balance and everything else.
Yes. You get on your stomach, and then you get into a position of like on your knees. So
anybody instructing you how to do this?
Yeah, our friend was with us, and
but he's not a certified instructor. She's not a certified instructor.
No, but she's been paddleboarding for a good number of years.
No, you got to be certified.
So I put a post out there.
Yeah.
I said to the first-time paddleboarder, what would be your suggestions of successfully paddleboarding, except don't tell me don't fall in the lake. I already figured that part out. I know that part. You don't fall in the lake if you want to be successful paddleboarding.
Yeah, you got to get on the board.
So everybody was, get on your knees, stand one leg at a time, do this, do that, get your balance, yada, yada, yada. So I tried every time I did this. I don't know why I didn't change it other than just being a stubborn idiot. I did burpees to get up on the board. But one person said, do a burpee from the lying position where you've done it. We've talked about burpees before.
Yeah.
So I get up and I did it the burpee position, but I stopped in the crouch position to try to stand up and hold my balance.
Can't do that.
Widen your feet, turn your toes, do this. Finally, after the last time I fell off, I said, that's it. I'm going to go up to the beach. You guys have fun, and I'll watch.
So you gave up.
I quit. We got there at 7 a.m. to do this. I don't like beatings at 7 a.m.
Well, how long did you last before you quit? Like an hour? Did you get
30
up
minutes.
You didn't go an hour.
But I kept trying to get on. I mean, I probably tried about 8, 9, 10 times.
Oh.
It's not like I did it one time, got hurt, and that was it.
Oh.
So it was multiple times I tried.
Oh,
anyway,
they're doing pictures at the red carpet.
That's okay. Good.
Hey,
yeah, we have a step and repeat banner here. Why don't you talk about what's going on?
Yeah, we get the comic legend. There are probably a lot of, what you could call Dennis Blair, and we'll get into that when we get Dennis on camera. But comic legend, I'm going to go by that. And we've got a little step and repeat red carpet for those listeners and viewers who want to come down to Portnoy Gallery and get a picture done with the comic legend here and listen in studio about the incredible talent that lives here in Las Vegas.
I want to hear stories about his time with George Carlin. That's gotta be fun.
The stories are going to be incredible. Just an incredible talent that Dennis Blair is. And Dorothy and I have only been here for 3 years, and we don't know all of those talents, but every time we see this gentleman perform or go in front of a stage, on a stage, in front of people, you'll learn something new that you had no idea, and you just sit there with your mouth wide open. He's that talented.
Yeah, Dennis and I have been connected on Facebook for a short period of time. So I met him before we went on the air. It was the first time I met him in person, so I'm looking forward to,
it's gonna be great.
Chatting with him.
It's gonna be great.
By the way, MJ mentioned that for you paddle boarders, and of course I'm announcing this just as my wife popped into the chat room, there is paddle boarding available down at Lake Las Vegas. My wife, I'm addressing this to you. Ignore that last comment.
I think for a Hanukkah gift this year, you should give Aaron a 6-week course from the instructors at Lake Las Vegas on how to paddleboard.
So price of paddle boards can range like as high as $800 for a paddleboard. It's just an elongated surfboard, right?
Well, why don't you just use a surfboard?
Because I don't have a surfboard either.
Yeah, but what's the difference between a paddleboard and a surfboard?
Thickness, material.
And don't talk about inches because guys lie about sizes. So that we're not going to intend that.
Hi, Debbie. By the way, so after we came home from that venture, she went up. There's one Kmart in the state of Arizona, because as we know, many of the Kmarts close across the country, including here.
You know what the 3 words the Jewish American princess will never hear?
Attention Kmart shoppers.
Attention Kmart shoppers.
Well, I guess a hyphenated word, is that considered one word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Today it is.
Today it is. We're making a hyphenated word.
Yeah.
Oh, so my wife then says, why wait till Hanukkah? Based on your comment.
Oh, great.
On Hanukkah.
Got a girl.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So she goes into Kmart after we came off the beach with my daughter. And what does she do? They have paddleboards there for sale. She sends me a picture of it. $400 for
really?
Now, there are blow-up paddleboards from what somebody mentioned.
Can you buy used ones?
You can. They're all out there, Facebook or not, probably Facebook, Craigslist, whatever.
They advertise it as fallen off 27 times.
It's pre-owned.
It's pre-owned, yeah.
Pre-owned. The problem is, even if I wanted to buy one, I have no room in my garage.
Put it in your man cave.
Oh, no.
I fell off this 12 times.
My wife was kind enough to take a collage picture of me trying to get up on the board, getting on the board with help, and then promptly ending up in the water.
Did she post that? I didn't see it.
No, I asked her not to, but I did download it off the phone. She did send it to me.
Eileen, can you please post it, please? I'm asking you.
Frank, thank you for joining us. And again, all of you joining us, please remember to reshare us to your wall and let us know what's going on. And again, let us know where you're watching from.
I'm joining I joined a watch party, opened up a watch party,
okay,
which is exploding right now. There's about 40 people in here right now.
Wonderful.
That are waving to us, and
Great.
Can't wait for our guest to get on.
Right on. So we've got that coming up. So now listen, folks, understand we haven't been on the air for 2 weeks. We weren't on last week because I was out of town.
All right.
So I'm going to just throw some headlines out that I reshared and reposted over the 2 weeks, and some of them may be old, so bear with me. What's with this? Did you see this thing, the ice cream licking challenge? You go into a department store.
Yeah, I know. It's like the bucket list, bucket challenge, bucket challenge.
Did you do the ice bucket challenge?
I did. We did. We did it in our backyard. Yeah.
I did too. But not only is it getting to ice cream, which now it's come out that obviously it's against the law for contaminating food, you could be arrested. But I saw this one. A gal took a bottle of Listerine, Colgate, the mouthwash stuff. Yep. She took a swig, swished it around in her mouth, put it back in the bottle, closed the lid, put it back on the shelf. That was another one that was out there. So I don't know who started this fad, but whoever it is, you're an idiot. I mean, this is so wrong on so many levels that I don't know.
Did you do, speaking of that, did you do that face app thing? I did.
I did not, and I'll tell you why I did not. A good friend of mine who I'm connected with, who was former military, he owns, his name is Eric. Did you see it? The claim, rumor, whatever you want to call it, that it's being used for other means, like half of the stuff we do on the internet anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Chadwick Johnson checking in. Thank you for checking in. We appreciate it. Rita Tifford from Linden, New Jersey, dear friend of our families when we live back east. She just tuned in. So we got New Jersey on the map a couple of times. I know we've got local places checked in, so we're all over the place. So anyway, so please, if you see ice cream with an indentation that doesn't look normal, don't buy it. Although somebody did make a smart comment about usually there's the plastic covering.
I get an idea. I get a great idea.
Yes.
And
work our logo on those things?
No, the comic legend can jump in on this. How about, when you get the twice baked tomato, a potato,
right?
Potato, the twice baked when you order it out. How about a twice licked ice cream thing? That'd be a good idea. Okay.
I don't think that would fly.
Stick to your day job, Neal. I just got from Dennis.
That's right. What did you do with the money for comic school?
I gave it up for art lessons.
Give it back. Anyway. So hey, I know you're not a Yankee fan, but I'm going to ask you about this. Is it this weekend or next weekend is the Hall of Fame, right?
Correct.
It's the last weekend.
Great class going in, by the way.
So my guy, number 42, Mariano Rivera.
Only unanimous inductee to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
I expect the second one to be Jeter. If not, they're all on crack.
It shouldn't be Jeter, but go ahead.
Why would it be Jeter?
Longevity should not get you into the Hall of Fame.
Okay, so how about all of his rings and all of that stuff?
Longevity. Another longevity.
JFK Airport, along with Delta Airlines, they renamed Gate 42 out there as the Mariano Rivera Gate.
Well deserved.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Kudos to them.
Yeah.
Of course, was it today or July 16th? I got confused with something I heard on the radio. The Apollo 11 mission was 50 years ago.
Started here in Las Vegas. We have connections to that.
We do?
The RJ had a big story at the front page of the paper today that talked about they were trained here or something happened here.
Out of Nellis and something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
But was it the 16th or the 20th? Because something I saw said it was the 16th, because that was the day that CBS re-aired the original Walter Cronkite TV coverage through YouTube. Because many of us, like me, since I'm on the dish, I don't get CBS anymore until they ratify their contract.
Right, we ran into that on our streaming. CBS is no longer being streamed.
On Channel 8, on your local, but go to CBS.com for the shows like we copy and DVR it.
Yeah.
They're available on the CBS.com website. We've been watching the code that way because it's still recording and I have nothing but the message. But anyway, I digress. They have to settle that because you got football season coming up and all your season premiere shows coming up. So that's going to be settled beforehand. So kudos to CBS for re-airing the original coverage of Walter Cronkite. Black and white, everything.
I loved Walter Cronkite.
Kudos to them. I reshared this recently, like within the last day or two. Target is releasing Halloween costumes for kids in wheelchairs. Did you see that?
I did, and I think it's a great idea.
So far, they have two costumes out: one for girls, one for guys.
They have the castle one where they're in a chair, the princess.
The princess one for the girls, and then they have a pirate one.
Oh, good.
Not only costume, but also the coverage for the wheels and everything to look like the sides of a pirate ship.
I think it's a great idea.
So tip our caps to Target. We appreciate. I think that's a great idea, or as the upper class would say, Target. Let's see. What else do I got written here? I don't want to touch that one. Don't want to do that one. What's this Area 51 raid about? Could somebody please fill me in why this thing has gone bananas? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they're going to storm Area 51, and it's going to be protected by aliens with machine guns.
By aliens by machine guns?
They're going to have machine guns.
The aliens?
Yeah, the aliens are. It's a rumor, but I like it. I'm going with it.
Thousands of people. They signed a petition, conspiracy, and.
But to hear the piggyback on that, they're talking about the Bermuda Triangle and getting a bunch of people now to go down to. We'll never hear from them again.
I know. See if they can find Amelia Earhart while they're down there.
Exactly.
And all those sunglasses people lose over the sides of ships or while they're in the lake. Here's something I thought was interesting. Did you see the list of Emmy nominations? And I know I'm blitzing through these because I want to kind of get all this out of the way before Dennis comes on so we can focus on him. The Emmy nominations came out during the week. Okay. And before the invention of cable, CBS, NBC.
Who was excluded this year?
Nobody was excluded.
Oh, okay.
But what I noticed, you could probably count on one hand total the amount of shows nominated for Emmys that were on CBS, NBC, or ABC. Now, this is us on NBC for that.
Great show.
They didn't even get Best Series this year, but the two actors, Milo, who plays the Jack, and his brother Randall, those two actors got nominations for This Is Us. But I'm telling you, if you go back through the list, you can count on one hand just about the amount of shows, whether it's for actors.
So nothing with Fox or any kind of
not much
CW, nothing.
Not much. Well, CW may not be classified, maybe an cable channel, unlike CBS, NBC, the major networks. Right. Yeah. Everything was Netflix or HBO or Showtime series, and so what does that tell you?
Somebody's spending more money than somebody else.
That's a good point.
I mean, that's what it comes down to. You know, it's like the RJ in the Best of Awards. It's a popularity contest.
Of course.
The greatest names aren't even nominated of the talent here in Las Vegas.
Right.
Which is stupid.
Right. Absolutely. We got to stuff the ballot box next year when those things come out with whoever. We should be on that list for radio personalities next year.
Okay. I'm trying to get the gallery on that. I wasn't even nominated.
Jeez. Another heartwarming story out of Millstone Township back in my home state of New Jersey. There's an 8-year-old boy battling cancer. It's a rare kind of cancer that settles in the bones in the legs. 8 years old. So he loves to swim, and they used to go to the community pool and everything, but because of his cancer and you don't know what's in the waters in community pools, they built a pool in the backyard. But the family was concerned about the amount of money in their water bill that it would cost to fill this pool because the kid, after his cancer treatments and everything.
How old the kid is he?
8.
8 years old.
So he can still swim. And of course, the water for somebody with lower body issues is good because you're floating and you're not putting pressure on your body. So 2 local fire departments down there came calling. They backed up their 2 hose trucks and they filled the pool for free because it was going to cost them like $10,000 to put water in this pool.
Great story.
So kudos to those fire departments down there in Middletown Township. What else do I got here? I'm almost done with my list. So we can even go look. Pernell Whitaker.
Sweet Pea Gun hit by a car as a pedestrian
in Virginia Beach.
Yeah, where
55,
he's from.
My age,
young,
55.
Young. I was talking to Joe Cortez, the boxing official, a little bit about that. And you know how he got the name Sweet Pea?
No.
His name was something to do with Pete. And they were chanting, Sweet Pete, Sweet Pete.
Oh, Sweet Pete.
And people thought it was Pete, and he got the nickname of Sweet Pete.
I think that's a great story.
Yep.
I'm just sending a message out to my chat room to remind everybody to please reshare the link to the video to their page, and so we can get more viewers. By the way, hey, Wee Lim is out there. Hello,
she's
sweetie.
Keeping an eye on both of you.
Oh,
she
good.
Said,
Good. Millie Mefford is out there. We thank you for watching.
My sister just said, see you in 10 phase.
10 phase?
Yeah, 10 phase.
Is that of the moon? 10 moon phases?
Well, she forgot a letter.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Will she be around for next week's show that we do?
Yes.
Good. We have Samuel Peters coming on, the owner of Allstate Insurance.
Right. We're going to talk about the insurance end of what he does.
And as well as get his opinion about some things that are going on in town that he's trying to get involved with.
Sure. Good.
How's that for
Sam's a good guy.
Towing the gray line? So I'll have Sam Peters on next week as well. 2-year wall. We're going to do that. So we want to thank everybody for watching. We appreciate it again. Barry is sending a message to you that he loves the Western themed pieces that you did.
Thank you, Barry.
That. Most of you, probably just about everybody, saw that on Facebook. It was a great piece, which, by the way, speaking of Barry, it was his 71st birthday this past Monday. My wife, with all of her talent of arts and crafts, she can make taluses.
Right.
For those who don't know what that is, it's a Jewish prayer shawl. And what she does is she buys the fabric based on somebody's interest and likes. Like me, I have one that's Batman, Penn State,
what a surprise.
Giants, Yankees, right? The whole thing.
Red Sox one too, yeah.
No. If you want one that's in Red Sox, if you were to go to shul.
The last time I wore
your bar mitzvah?
Yeah, my bar mitzvah.
So, as an inspiration, your picture that you did, the first one that you
Doofus?
posted. No, not Doofus.
Doofus.
Oh,
you
that
need a Doofus. Oh, that would be classic.
Maybe that's what we should do. Get a fabric done with
that's
that.
a tie-in
anyway.
with the licensing company.
Yeah, talk about that if you want to in a second. But anyway, so based on the inspiration, hello, David Orlov, Colin, thank you for watching. My wife took that inspiration, and as you know, Barry's a big Western country guy. Although I have to rethink my friendship with him because as he was driving while we were in Havasu, he was playing nothing but country music, and I don't like country music.
I thought he was listening to the Red Sox game.
No, well, that too would have made me. I would have opened the door and jumped out at that point. But anyway, so my wife found Western material very similar to your first drawing of the horses on the horizon.
Type stuff,
it was absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to post some pictures of an album, but it was terrific, and it was for her 71st birthday. My wife can kosher it by saying the prayer when tying on the fringes, the tzitzis.
Is that a bracha talanoy one?
It is. Okay. It is, but you have to say a special prayer to make it a kosher talus.
Oh.
So my wife was inspired by your first picture, and of course Barry's love for Western motif stuff, and he ended up adopting a dog down there. And
I saw that.
I think in your chat room, in your live watch, I think Diana posted a picture of Larry.
Barry said nice tan to me. Oh, no, that was to you.
That was to me? Oh, I must have missed that one.
Said nice tan.
Nice tan. Well, listen, you have a nice tan.
Hey, Jeffrey Kramer. Jeffrey's on.
He's probably catching it off the live feed. I'm not seeing it in the chat room because I didn't go live feed. We had a comment from one Dorothy Portnoy.
I don't see Dorothy's comment.
Scan it. Let's see. I know that you signed in and that you were watching.
She's going to do it again.
Oh, okay. See if it pops up here. But anyway, so he definitely enjoyed that, and he is interested in reaching out to you to getting
a print,
print or whatever.
Hey, let's talk real quickly because I want to get Dennis on.
Actually, I think I've covered everything. There's one topic that I wrote down, but I don't think I really want to touch it. That's about CCSD, and that's sales tax increase.
Yeah.
So okay, actually, I covered everything on my list.
Great day at Portnoy Gallery this week. We just recently signed on with EBC Entertainment Brand Company for international licensing of all the artwork that I have created and representation of the licensing rights worldwide. A definite game changer here for the gallery. even Doofus, my little cartoon character, they're very, very excited about taking to the next step, and it could become the next Peanuts. We don't know where it's going to go. You know, where's Waldo, Gilroy? You know, where's Gilmore, Gilroy, whatever his name, Gilroy. But this is a game changer for Portnoy Gallery. My wife and I, Dorothy, are very excited by this. We'll see where it goes.
I see a book coming up, a cartoon book with you drawing Doofus and someone authoring a book.
Whatever they want me to do. You know, we already talked about a book coming out, and the book will be, and your mother told you never to play with felt tip markers. Right. And that'll be a table book with all the work that I've done.
Right on. I did get a message that Dorothy is watching, but I have not picked up any other. Oh, really? Because Diana Waxberg put a photo that should have showed up in your watch list.
I didn't see it here either.
Okay, no worries. I have pictures of it, and we'll put Larry the dog out there.
Hey, you want to bring Dennis up?
Dennis, are you ready to come up? Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. This is beautiful live radio. So coming up to the microphone, joining us, I read his bio while you guys were taking the tour, but let's just say, well, you do a bio introduction for him.
The bio introduction would take an hour.
Well, just give us a short list.
Dennis Blair, multi-talented comedian, performer, entertainer, producer, songwriter.
And a good-looking guy.
Good-looking guy. Well, so when you sent me,
I was going to say I read this one exactly the way you sent it to us before.
Read it because it's much better than what I can say.
Give you that. That's your live mic. You're live. It is hot. Dennis Blair is one of the most talented and versatile comedians in show business. His act combines music, stand-up, and topical observation, and can be tailored to the taste of any audience he works with. And as a result, he is equally at home in comedy clubs, corporate venues, cruise ships, concert halls, and art galleries, apparently. He co-wrote the
Especially art galleries.
Exactly. By the way, I saw this movie so many times. I did not realize you were part. Rodney Dangerfield, you co-wrote.
You got to read the credits. It's
Easy
right there.
Money. Co-wrote that, has performed on The Tonight Show, HBO, co-hosted the Stephanie Miller radio show with Elaine Boozler, entertained everywhere from Carnegie Hall in New York to the Universal. Are we going to have time left of the show?
I have goosies.
Nice talking with you guys.
That's right. Thanks for coming.
I got goosies right now.
Well, let's just say he's definitely entertained from coast to coast. He's also been with major celebrities such as the man who gets no respect, Rodney Dangerfield, Joan Rivers, Jackie Mason, the Beach Boys, Righteous Brothers, Melissa Manchester, Gloria Estefan, Tom Jones, George Carlin, who we toured with for 18 years, and now twin brothers from different mothers. You can add that to your resume. I don't know if it'll do anything.
It'll add much needed stuff.
Exactly. This is not long enough.
That's not long enough.
He's
that's
also
a short bio.
That's a short bio. He's a singer-songwriter.
You could have taken lines out of that.
2 comedy albums, a country music collection on iTunes. I was told I'd get paid handsomely if I read this as you wrote it.
Oh, is that what you were told?
And an original jazz CD entitled "Hapless Romantic." Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week here on Good Brothers.
I think that's all you need. There's nothing to ask me.
All right, there you go. Well,
can I just ask? Can you do a little Rodney?
Well, let me tell you. What do you want to hear? You want to tell you how ugly you are?
I just love it. I hear it every day. I don't need the comic legend to tell me what I hear every morning when I wake up.
But then when I say she was ugly, then you have to say how ugly.
How ugly?
She was known as a 2-bagger. That's a girl so ugly you put a bag over your head in case the bag over her head breaks. She was ugly, okay? It's a little Rodney for you.
You have a message here. Katie Monroe says, "Hi, Dennis. You sounded great last night."
Thank you, Katie. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Katie, she's all right. She didn't jump up and sing last night. She should have done it.
Where did you perform last night?
Well, every Friday we do Tuscany.
Tuscany. Okay.
Yeah, but
with Kenny Davidson.
There's a ceiling height limit. Katie cannot jump up in most places.
Is that why?
Especially when she has her high heels on.
Oh, so okay. So she needs to just come in flats. Just
she'd
to show up.
She'd still be tall though.
Okay.
She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Well, height and all.
Hi, Katie.
That's a hi, Katie. We love you. We'll have to get you on soon too.
Aaron, I'm going to let you take over and ask Dennis some questions that are pertinent to what his past. Let's take it in my pertinent like that.
That's
I looked it up in
3 syllables.
Funkin' Wagner, 3rd edition, page 642. Yeah.
Okay.
Hermetically sealed in a mayonnaise jar on their porch.
Right.
Yes, Mr. McMahon.
Gall jokes. No. Hi, there you go. She says, "Oh my God, gall jokes," and then she realized tall jokes. Yeah, we're
gall
sorry.
Jokes.
It was requested. Anyway, basically, Neal kind of hit on the head. The first question I like to ask guests: how did you get started in this industry? How did you get started doing what you do?
Well, which particular industry do you mean? Because
let's just
there's
say
so many I'm involved.
Well, let's just stick to the entertainment industry as scripted. Now, if there's others you want to pitch, by all means.
Okay, so we'll start from the beginning. So when I was 10 years old, I played the accordion.
Okay.
I took accordion lessons, and man, I couldn't keep the babes away. I mean
that's
like
a
Steve
chick
Urkel.
magnet.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, for meeting girls, that's what you want to play.
Like Steve Urkel in that TV show.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. because I told my mom I wanted to play the saxophone. She said, "Well, there's an accordion school down the block," and I was stupid. Okay. So after 2 years of not getting any action on that,
Gotcha.
then
2 years?
2 years
At 10,
yeah,
by the
yeah,
way.
well, yeah.
Remind that.
No one said, "Oh, could you play Lady of Spain and come into my bedroom?" No one said that. So I got sick of that, and then like the Beatles came, and I said, "Hey, that's a guitar. I'm going to try that."
There you go.
And that's what happened there.
You've been playing guitar since you were 10 years
So I
old.
was 12.
Where are you originally
Oh,
from?
wow.
Where are you
New
originally
York, Queens, New York,
Okay.
Whitestone.
from?
Can you tell us an
No, I
accent?
know. My wife was born in the Bronx.
Get
We're
outta
originally
here.
from
That's where I
Jersey.
was born. I was born in the Bronx.
Oh, really?
So there you go. So I
Okay.
probably know your wife.
That would be.
You were one of
So
the.
you're the one.
Yeah, I'm the guy. Right. Exactly.
My wife, if you're still watching, put the name of your hospital in there so we can share it with
Parkchester.
us. I'm
Parkchester.
not sure. I didn't know her at the time she was born, so I don't know where she was born.
That was my Parkchester. They tell me now. That's what they tell me. They could be lying to me because I was born and I was
That's-
extremely young at
That's
the time.
right. You didn't take notes, right?
No, I did
No.
not. So they're telling me I was born in Parkchester Hospital, but it could be a whole big fat
There you
lie
go.
as far as I'm concerned.
And so, how long did you live in New York?
We moved in '87 to California.
Okay, so you came,
Yes.
and was that for because of what you were trying to do?
Yes,
California?
because I was living in Port Jefferson and I was in a hammock every day and going, maybe I should like try a little harder.
I was going to say it's not much in Port Jeff
No.
for that.
No, I said, maybe I should go out and get me one of them sitcoms that every comic is getting. So we moved to California in '87, and obviously I didn't get a sitcom. But
your life is a sitcom when you look at your
it
credits.
really
though.
is.
I mean,
it really is.
We're not
a
talking
sitcom.
Seinfeld stuff here.
No. What's the deal with Black Sock? Yeah. So I'll yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you were playing instruments.
Yes.
So at an early age, you realized you were talented to play musical instruments.
Right.
Where did this incredible voice come from? Did you take
From the
singing
Lord. I don't know. Incredible. Where did it come from?
My face hurts already, and I'm laughing.
I'm sorry.
Did-
It came from the Lord.
But
Neal.
did you take singing lessons at all?
No, I did not. I was just able. Something I was able. You know, how, like you're able, like you
ability,
can draw.
An
You know how you
ability.
can draw?
You're born
Yeah.
with an ability.
Yeah.
You learn a technique.
Right.
Who did you look up to singing wise?
Singing wise, well, I was a big James Taylor fan. I was a big Simon and Garfunkel and Paul Simon fan. I loved all those guys. Those are my Beatles, of course. When I was a kid, and I started, you start doing being in bands,
Sure.
and then we started writing our own songs and stuff like that. So yeah, so you just lots of people grateful. I was a Grateful Dead fan.
But you brought them all together as one package,
Yeah.
which very few people have. I mean, never mind brilliant comedian, brilliant songwriter, brilliant musician, incredible voice, and I know.
I'm getting out of here.
I know Dorothy and I have only been here for 3 years, and we've started to build a friendship.
Uh-huh.
And every time I see you, I'm going, where does it come from? Where's that voice come from?
And now
I've never heard. And then you came out
Jeff
with
Dunham is where it comes from.
no,
Is that
but talk about the new album, The Jazz.
the Hapless Romantic album.
Which talk a little bit about that,
Yeah.
because that was new to me. It's like, okay, where the hell did this come from?
Here's what I like to do in Las Vegas. I like to confuse people as much as
I'm
possible.
confused.
So when people come in, they see me playing bass in a band. They go, "Wait a minute, isn't that the comedian?" And then when I'm doing comedy, they go, "Wait, isn't that the bass player?" I like to continually confuse my audience so they never know what I actually do.
How's that working?
They keep
It's not very well at all.
They keep showing up.
It's not a good strategy, as I have nothing to hang my hat on. Well, Hapless Romantic came as a result of a guy I used to write songs with when I was in my teens and in college. We went our separate ways. He still lives in New York. He's now the mayor of Roslyn, Long Island.
Oh, wow.
And we rekindled our friendship about 6 or 7 years ago. And he said, "Hey, I've got these lyrics, and I know we haven't written together in a long time, but put some music to it." And I put some music to it, and he said, "That's great." And we kept on writing. So then we started writing stuff in the style of Cole Porter, George Gershwin, that kind of stuff, because we always had a fondness for that style. And I was in a studio once, and the guy said, "Hey, why don't we just record these songs? I won't charge you." I said, "It's the magic."
Free is good.
I have a question. Our viewers, our listeners out there now, that if you're unfamiliar with who Dennis Blair is,
And there are many of you.
where- I'm not going to get 5 words in here. I can
Go
tell
ahead.
before I start laughing again. Where can they go? Is there a website right now they can listen to who Dennis Blair is with this new album that came out?
You obviously
Yes.
didn't read the introduction I gave that I read word for word where it says iTunes.
No one listens to
No,
it.
I don't listen to you
It's on
anymore. I'm like your
Spotify.
wife.
It's on Spotify.
Okay.
It's on iTunes. It's on it's on Amazon Prime. It's everywhere, so you can get it anywhere. It's called Hapless Romantic, and there, Spotify.
So if people want to multitask
Yeah.
right now, pull it up, listen to this voice, listen to the talent.
Yes. And I'm not playing accordion, so that's just want to emphasize that to all of you out there. I am not playing the accordion on this.
Kidding, you walked in the door with shit. He didn't bring the accordion.
I know.
That's
Sorry
right.
about that. Although I did play it for Jada Valente a couple of months ago. Do you know Jada?
We know Jada. In fact, I was there when you played it.
Okay. Well, then you know.
I know. And I went, all right, there's another thing added to the freaking list.
Wait a minute. Isn't that the guitar player / comic?
Yeah,
What's he doing with an
really.
accordion?
What's this all about?
How long has the CD been out?
This has been out about 6 months.
Okay.
I think it came out, no, actually almost a year. In August of last year, it came out.
So you have snippets of the song or the actual CD out on those sites, but if somebody wants to buy a hard copy.
It's only $10 on iTunes. Yes,
on iTunes?
11 songs.
Do you have, I'm presuming you have a website for all that you do?
DennisBlair.com and also DennisBlairMusic.com. They can listen to some of my country stuff.
Right
That's
on.
another way I confuse people.
Here we go.
I also have
Country jazz
stuff.
singer.
Yes.
Do you ever combine the two?
Country and jazz? Yeah, we do country. We do a country song, and then it's a long 7-minute solo in the middle. That's called country jazz.
Well, when I first met Dennis, also he was sans beard.
Sans beard.
Right, and when the beard showed up, I went, "What the hell is Chuck Norris doing up on stage?"
Exactly. I don't know. Well, again, I looked in the mirror one day and I said, "This face has got to stop." So I decided to cover it up, and just this is what happened.
You're in your own witness protection program.
Now, the door guy at the Tuscany, I walk in with these glasses on yesterday. He goes, "Oh, it's Eric Clapton." So now I got an Eric Clapton thing happening. So there you go, and I don't mind that at all. I don't mind being
I like those glasses.
They're like yours, rounded.
Yeah, but
These
I
are like
to,
reading glasses.
I like to. Well, I'm looking through the side. Those are like magnifying glasses.
Yeah,
You're really that blind, or?
Well, I need to read. I need them for reading. Oh. But right now, you look like a small Asian woman. So that's how blonde I am.
Lim,
right
send your comments to that to Neal.
Rita Lim is not small. Rita Lim is tall and lanky. Lanky? Is that a word?
Lanky is a word.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, with those glasses, if you shaved your head and took your beard down to a goatee, you'd fit in with the two of us.
Oh, great. Well,
So,
let me do that.
Add that to your list.
Because God knows I want to fit in with you. All right.
I think
Nobody else does.
John D. Domenico might have the makeup to be able to
Greatest
do
Trump
this.
impersonator. Well, I'm doing Joan Rivers as Trump. That was the worst Trump you'll ever hear.
Oh my God! What a career he's made out of that.
Oh my God!
Now
no kidding.
you've worked with some of the greats of entertainment, as we mentioned, Rodney and Joan Rivers and such. How much time have you devoted in your entertainment career to comedy and stand up? And who did you pattern your stand up after?
Well, just a brief thing. I went from guitar playing in bars and people not listening. You know how it is. You go into a bar, the guitar player, the singer, no one's really listening to him. So I started making song parodies. Because I got tired.
Brilliant, by the way.
And I got tired of not being listened to. And then they started laughing. So I'm going, oh, okay, this is something. So I came up with more. And then I put some patter in the middle. So that's how I came up with the stand-up thing. And then I auditioned Dangerfield and Rodney saw me and it went on from there. So who did I pattern it? No one really. I just started doing parody songs. I mean, I always loved Steve Martin. So my stand-up was kind of, I'm not saying it was reminiscent of Steve because he's brilliant. But it was sort of like kind of wacky and crazy and goofy.
Well, the Catholic Girls one that you do, the parody of the Catholic Girls?
Yes.
What's that a parody of?
It's called I'm Thinking of Being a Catholic Again.
Oh,
yes.
Gotcha.
It's
gotcha.
Hysterical.
Yes, thank you.
Right on.
Yes. So, but that's actually an original song. That's not a parody. That's an actual song. Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's an actual tune.
You want to do a little bit of
I was going to say, it's a good thing the guitar's back here.
Well, here's what one of you will have to hold the mic.
Absolutely. That'll be him because I got a bad shoulder on this side.
I'll hold the microphone if you want to grab that guitar.
We got a guy with a bad shoulder who's doing a podcast.
I know.
Well, I talk with my mouth, not my shoulder, though. Well, some people say I talk with another part of my body, but it's a whole nother.
A lot of people are saying, I wish he'd put more shoulder into what he's saying.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Had I thought about it and you reminded me he was bringing his guitar, I would have brought my stand microphone.
Well, you can run home and get it. People will wait.
Yo, if I go home now, I ain't coming back.
Anyway, this is, you want me to do the whole song?
Well, go for it.
We get
whatever you're interested in.
It's a great song. Yeah, we get time.
All right, this is called I'm Thinking of Being a Catholic Again. Well, I'm thinking of being a Catholic again. I've been a lapsed one since I don't know when, but I seem to remember happier times then. I'm thinking of being a Catholic again. Maybe I'll take in a high mass or two, try to join in on some hymns I once knew, 'cause I think that it might be the right thing to do. I'm thinking of being a Catholic again. I'm just a member of the human race. I need salvation, redemption, and grace. And that Jesus, he's got it all over the place. So I'm thinking of being a Catholic again. 'Cause I'm sick of self-help books and psychology, blaming my childhood and my family, and my shrink has become too expensive for me. So I'm thinking of being a Catholic again. Maybe it's time I no longer resist, wondering daily if God does exist. Because why take a chance that he's here and he's pissed? I'm thinking of being a Catholic again. I lie awake late at night in my bed, thinking of people I'd like to see dead. But if I were Catholic, I'd love them instead. So I'm thinking of being a Catholic again. I've been a lapsed one since I don't know when, and I've still got my card. I just need to sign in. So I'm thinking of being a Catholic again. Ave Maria, pass the sangria, 'cause I'm going to be a Catholic again. Amen. That's it.
Beautiful. Love it.
Thank you very much.
That is great. I see Manischewitz coming up in a song soon
Wow.
for being a Jew again.
Jews?
Yeah.
I'll just call, you know what? I'll just call it One for the Jews.
There you go.
One for the
And you put the bottle of Manischewitz
That's
and maybe a little menorah over there. Am I
That's
right?
There you go.
You know, the funny thing is my wife loves her wine. I don't drink.
Mhm.
Every glass of wine to me, and it's been my standard line for years, tastes like Manischewitz.
Really?
I have no clue.
I used to have on New Year's. This is funny. Growing up Catholic in my family, but on New Year's, for some reason, my mother would break out the Manischewitz for New Year's Eve.
For New Year's Eve.
I'm going, what is wrong with you?
That's fermented
Where's
from the
this coming
Passover before, or she got a good deal on the
I
one
have
upcoming.
no idea. We just always had a bottle of Manischewitz because we didn't drink. But one New Year's Eve, and I remember the taste. It was sweet. It was really sweet.
I have no clue. I
it
don't
was
remember.
incredibly sweet.
Let me welcome all of our new listeners and viewers out there. Thank you for tuning in to Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, coming to you live from Portnoy Gallery here in the beautiful heart of Las Vegas. And joining us here on set, I'm Aaron. That's Neal on the far right. And in the middle, some guy named Dennis Blair, entertainer extraordinaire. If you just missed his song as you just tuned in, you have to go back to our podcast and you have to check it out. But Dennis, great entertainer here in town. He's worked with the best around the world in entertainment since he's been 12. Well, just classify it that way, and you figure out the timeline from there.
Don't think too hard because I don't want people to know.
No. And I just want to let everybody know who they're watching, what they're doing.
But also bring up, we talked about Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes.
One of my
I wish we had a camera that could show the big
I know we
Rodney
could-
on the wall behind us.
Exactly. But one of my all-time favorites, and I saw him live at the Worcester State Auditorium,
Mhm.
was George Carlin.
Oh, I saw him
You
in New
were
Brunswick,
with
New Jersey
George
once.
for how many years?
Almost 20, 18 years
Wow.
exclusively. And then he went, it's a long story, but he started using other people because of the organization he went with. He went with Live Nation. So I still did the Vegas dates with him. So 20 years, basically.
That's incredible.
Yes, it was a nice run.
I mean, George Carlin.
Yeah.
What was
Dennis
it like?
Blair.
What was it like for the first time you stepped on stage when you realized, oh crap, I'm with George Carlin. This is where I'm going now. I mean, what was you like that first time?
Well, I remember because I had a really good agent. He's the one that got me the job.
Okay.
And he called me up. He would say, "You want to open for this person? You want to open for that person?" I was the opening act for a lot of people. And one day he calls up and he goes, "Hey, would you like to open for George Carlin for 3 months?" And I said, let me think about that. Yes.
Didn't even finish the sentence before you said yes.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
I heard from one of my friends that you did the Carlin thing and you opened for Carlin and you killed it. And Carlin had an off night. Did you ever feel that as a comedian that like, oh, geez, I overstepped my bounds and I was funnier than that?
No, I've never once thought I was funnier than George. You know, what happened was on the road, he had his diehard fans. And he was getting into dark areas. Like he did a 10, 15-minute bit on suicide. Not for everybody, perhaps,
Right.
but his fans would like it, but he would come to Vegas where they're not necessarily there to see him specifically.
Right.
Like they probably couldn't get into car or something. Half those people go, well, what do you want? Who's this George Carlin? Let's go see him.
Right.
So they'd go in to see a show. Maybe they weren't the most rabid fans, and then he would do 10 minutes on suicide, and it would be like crickets, like,
Wow.
oh my God, this is so much. Edna, let's leave.
It's funny you mention it because my wife and I and friends back in New Jersey saw him appear at Robert Wood Johnson Theater in the heart of New Brunswick, and they were taping an HBO special.
Right.
And we left that show almost feeling the same way because he was very political in the taping of this show. That we walked out saying, he's funny. He had some great bits in there.
Right.
But I didn't want to come to see, a soapbox about politics. I want the humor, So I can understand why sometimes people, when he picks this stuff, may not hit.
But his like I said, like on the road, like
that was
those
also
kind
him.
of theaters,
Yeah.
they would usually, they just loved him, and why not? But sometimes in Vegas it would go like, oh,
Yeah.
Ooh,
Expectations different here.
They don't seem to want to hear this.
My favorite one was the 7 Dirty Words.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was. I mean, he was so quick.
Well, you just you go on YouTube and listen to it. I'll every once in a while just go on, it'll pop up on the side. Go, I remember that bit. And like what was the bit that I was just watching the other day? It came at it was with People I Can Do Without.
Oh yeah.
Which is one of my all-time favorite bits of
Can
this.
you do any, Carlin? Do you remember any?
People I Can Do Without. A guy, a dentist with blood in his hair. Any guy whose wrist hair completely covers his wristwatch. People with big gums and small teeth. I mean, that's great stuff.
Carlin, he was unbelievable.
Yeah. So I mean, stuff like that. The word stuff in football. Yeah, baseball, football.
Now, have you worked in Europe? Have you worked overseas?
Not with him.
But talk about your overseas experience.
No, I haven't actually worked. Have I? Well, Canada. We did.
So
US
when did
Canada.
That's over the
sorry.
five lakes over that water on the other side. Huron, Erie.
What is overseas? I don't understand this word. Is that which where? What cruises? Yeah, I do. I've done.
That's not over. That's on the seas.
That's on seas.
That's different.
All right. So no, I haven't done comedy overseas.
No comedy.
Nothing. No. Although Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull told me once when he saw me at Dangerfield, you should come over to England. You do very well over there. And naturally, I never followed up. So
Their loss.
I'm nothing about being successful.
Talk about the future. What do you got? Is there a goal? What's the next step for Dennis Blair, other than the new country?
The goal is to sleep as late as possible.
You're doing very well.
This ruined, by the way. No, my goal is to do well. I got the country. I'm working on a country album that's hopefully who knows that'll be out soon. Continue writing songs because I love doing that. Doing like I have 6 or 7 clubs now around the country that I love doing that I keep doing every year. Plus, intermittent other things. Maybe opening for some people. I might be opening. Might be opening for Norm Macdonald here in October.
Wow, nice.
So that would be great. So yeah, just continue doing comedy.
Dorothy and I went to see this female comedian. What was her name? Dorothy. Celeste Barber. You familiar with her?
I don't know that name.
Celeste Barber is a Instagram sensation.
Okay.
That's where she's made it. These celebrities go on and do their Instagram sitting at the pool, putting their makeup on. Then she comes and she's a stocky type woman, and she does a comedic thing. And we saw her over at the Orleans. Jimmy Johnson, JJ, did the opening. Then she came on, and I didn't know who the hell she was.
Right.
Hysterical.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? There's so many comedians out there that you'll never hear of that are amazingly great. I mean, I do the Comedy Cellar here at maybe 2-3 times a year at the Rio Hotel.
Right.
And I'm working with usually 3 or 4 other comics, and every one of them are fantastic. It's like I'm like going, and they have me close, and I'm going, I hope I can follow these people because but the audiences there are so great that it doesn't matter. They just like everybody. Everybody does 16 minutes, but there's comics there you haven't heard of, and it's like, oh my God, this guy's so funny. She's funny. Oh my God, they're amazing. Right. So it just making it being famous or whatever is just like luck of the draw. It's
and
like
the one thing here in Vegas
happen.
that Dorothy and I have both noticed, which we love, is the entertainment community here supports the entertainment community here. Everybody goes to everybody's gigs. Right. Everybody supports everybody. There's really not a competition, so to speak, that this person's better. Everybody's on an equal playing field. And I love that.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah,
I love that here. So you've got the jazz album.
Yes.
You're doing the country album.
Yes.
You're every Wednesday night, Friday night with Kenny. And the
Friday Night with Kenny, and then now we're doing the Kelly Clinton, Elisa Fiorello show.
great show over at Alexis
at
Park.
the Alexis Park
Yeah.
Hotel and not casino.
And not casino, right. And parking's a challenge. over
Parking's
there.
a challenge, yes. Well, it is a motel, so good luck finding a space. But
Really.
you can, you really can. Parking, great.
You and Kenny.
Come early.
Come early.
Kenny Davidson does this brilliant thing, a number of brilliant things, but down at Tuscany, excuse me, on Friday nights, and he does these little gigs where they do the Beatles albums,
Mhm.
whatever. The most brilliant performance that I've seen you do, and you've done multiple brilliant performances,
Tell me.
was down at the Italian American Club.
Hmm.
And Dorothy and I came
Yes.
down to see you, and Kenny jumped on stage for a Simon and Garfunkel thing that the two of you did.
Right.
And Kenny stood there and put his right hand in his right pocket. And God, strike me right now, it looked like Simon and Garfunkel on stage
Frightening.
because the height difference and your voices together are brilliant.
Yeah, we love doing Simon and Garfunkel. We do that show maybe once a year at the theater. We do the Simon and Garfunkel tribute. Hopefully we'll do it again next year.
Is that the one up in Summerlin?
Starbright, yes,
up in
and also Anthem sometimes.
Okay.
Yes, so we just did it there. So yes, it goes really well. It's we're good at the Simon and Garfunkel. That's how we met.
Really?
He was the piano player. Kelly Clinton had a not a podcast, but like an internet kind of a show years ago. And I think Louis Anderson canceled last minute. She said, "Could you be on? Could you be my guest?" And I came on, and Kenny was the band. Kenny was her band.
Can I jump in for a
Yes.
second? I recently, a week ago yesterday, had a couple new tattoos done. I'm not a tattoo person, but my motto my whole life has been one moment in time changes everything. There it is.
Wow. Now that
It's real. I did not.
I'm sorry. That looks like that was done with a Sharpie.
Well,
I'm so sorry.
Can I tell you something very
Yes,
funny because
yeah.
you're a funny guy?
Am I?
The typeface.
He told me the same story earlier, but I guess I'm not funny enough.
Well, you're not funny enough. But,
Let's try it
the,
again, shall we?
no,
Yes.
the typeface for this
Mhm.
is called marker.
Marker.
Is
There
that
you
funny?
go. That's good. But that'll
Oh.
never come off.
It'll never come.
That
out.
is
There you go.
permanent.
Some guys-
That is a permanent
Some guy
marker.
said to me, "No, you wrote that with your Sharpie," and he went over and he took some alcohol rub or
Right.
whatever.
And
And
try
he
to take
Tried
it
to
off.
scrub it off.
He tried to take it off.
It's-
That was
Instead, he took
nice
his-
of him, by the way. What
That's
a
right.
friend
Yeah.
that is.
Well,
Took
I'd like
his
to
skin
take
off.
that
You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Some of your friends.
So I
Yes.
want to ask you about a bucket list.
Okay.
Everybody's got bucket lists of
Uh-oh.
some kind. My bucket list question to you is very simply this: who haven't you performed with that you'd like to that's on your bucket list?
Who haven't I opened for, you mean?
Well, whoever, or open, performed
well,
with, whatever.
Here was the near miss. I'm with Dangerfield at the theater in Florida. I forget the name of it. Anyway, it'll come back to me. Anyway, and he's sitting there talking with the promoter. This was like in the 80s. And they're just talking, and they start talking about me, and I'm sitting right there. Yeah, Dennis, it's pretty good. Right? Yeah, well, hey, you got Sinatra come in then, don't you? The guy goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, why don't you have Dennis open for Sinatra? And the guy's going, hey, that would be a really good show. And I'm
Wow.
sitting there going, am I hearing this? I'm like, they know I'm here, right?
I'm in the
And
room.
they started talking. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, because he's coming in like 2 months. So yeah, and I'm like sitting there going.
Yeah. Where's the
And
piece
then
paper?
all of a
Beside-
sudden, Rodney gets in and you know what? I don't think he'd be right for Sinatra's audience. And the guy goes, yeah, you're probably right. Wait a minute. So that was like the big near miss. Like, oh my God, that would have been okay. I wouldn't have minded
Yeah,
that.
you would have dealt with that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, just giving us more to write on the sheet of
That's exactly.
accolades that, you know.
exactly. I never try to figure out who I'd want to open for because being an opening act, you're always a disappointment to the audience when you first come out because they're there to see their guy.
Mhm.
Even like I opened for Norm Macdonald a couple of months ago, and I came out and like there's always like, oh, okay, I guess we got to pay the babysitter an extra 25 minutes. Yeah, and it always goes fine, but so it's like there's people that I love, but I don't think I'd want to open for Billy Joel or somebody like that.
Gotcha.
Have to go. Oh, where's Billy? So
But Sinatra's a pretty
Sinatra was
darn
a good
near
one.
miss.
That was a really good near
Yeah.
miss. Yeah.
Even the
But
fact that you came up in conversation. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Exactly. But when I got the gig with Carlin, that was, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. That was I can't imagine getting much better. And all those
How old were you when that started?
with Carlin?
Yeah.
Let's see, 30 something.
What do you think
Something
at that point? Because now you're a fledgling comedian and you get a gig with the legend George Carlin.
Right.
Do you start to think, where is this going to lead? What's my next big step?
No, I know. I never thought that. I'm really happy in this
be
role
working.
of second. But people go, oh, don't you want to be like the star? No, I
Really?
was fine with that. I mean, when you're the headliner, you have to worry about ticket sales and how your career's going, and if people stop coming to see you. I'm just the guy who I go do my 30 minutes and then go back to the hotel.
But the
It's really
entertainers,
good.
the entertainers here in Vegas, the one thing that I still to this day have an issue with is what you're being paid for your gigs.
Oh well.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm an East Coaster, right? And I see with these, like, David Ramirez, drummer,
Amazing,
great drummer.
Mhm.
And I'm like, all right, this guy's got to work 6-10 gigs a week
Right.
to make a salary.
Yeah.
Why is the pay scale where it is?
Well, because it becomes a thing, and then like people say, okay, I'll work for that, and then people say, oh, we can get guys for that amount of money, and there's no reason to like give them more money.
What about a union?
He set the market.
Well, we tried to have a comics union in the 80s, and that just fizzled.
Everybody laughed at it, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Come
They did.
on,
Hey,
it's
come
right
on. This guy's funny. You should do like a podcast.
I'll
with
give it a
him or
try
something
someday.
like
We'll
that.
give it a try.
There you go. There you are. They all laughed at it. You
But
know what I'm saying?
is there a chance of getting a union in for the performers here? I
Stop
know
banging on the table. You're
I'm
either
sorry.
sending Morse code to somebody or they're thinking an earthquake is happening
I'm
again.
talking to Diane
That's what he's doing.
Fiorentino. That's all I got.
Send your emails to
She
Neal.
signs.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who sets the salaries. I mean, that's an area that I'm not good at.
Would you agree that Caesars and MGM run the city now for entertainment?
I would agree.
Okay, so that's a tough nut to crack,
Right.
to get them to accept that, because
I
they
would
don't care.
assume, yeah, because the bottom line for those guys is like with as little as we can get away with.
Bean
paying
counters.
people.
They're bean
Yeah,
counters.
yeah.
Well, value. People only pay for what they perceive to be value and put their
Right.
own price tag on, and
Sure.
not diminishing the talent. But like you said, if someone says, "Oh, okay, he's only going to take $100, why should I pay this guy 500?"
Right.
So
Right.
the market
But
unfortunately says itself.
People like Kelly Clinton Holmes.
Mhm.
Kelly's doing this new thing. I don't know if it's new for Kelly because I don't have the history here in town, but where she's doing her own little shows and bringing the entertainers in.
Mhm.
I don't even know what the pay scale is, but it's almost like circumventing the bigger Caesars and MGM
Mhm.
and getting the entertainment in the city work.
Mhm.
I love what she's doing.
You mean you're talking about her Wednesday show at the Tuscany, or the
no,
Alexis
all the
party?
other stuff like it. Alexis.
Good-
you know,
Friday
bootlegger.
night, she's now doing a show with another gal whose name escapes me right
that's
now.
what, that's what we're talking
Right,
about.
right.
Bobby Mayo's on
Right.
Sunday night. She's bringing entertainment into
Right.
Bobby Mayo's.
Right.
I don't know if she's always done this because I'm new to this.
I think that's kind of new for her. The Bobby Mayo's is definitely new.
Definitely
Yeah,
new.
yeah.
But she's looking for new venues.
Right.
You'd agree there's not enough venues here for the entertainers in town.
Yeah, and
Everybody travels.
And I mean, usually when you get a thing like that, they say, "Here's what the pay is, and can you do it or not?" And most people go, "Well, it's better than sitting home doing nothing." You know.
Right.
I
And
get that.
there's always somebody that's going to come in and do it for less.
Right.
And that's with comedy too. It's like, even cruise ships. It's like, people call up cruise ship. Oh, well, how much are they getting? Oh, and cruise ships pay pretty well. They pay very well. But I'm sure you'll get these guys who call in and go, "Oh, I'll do it for half that."
Well, if you've
Right.
driven a Volkswagen your whole life, you don't know what a Mercedes feels
There
like.
you go.
They don't really care about that,
Right.
unfortunately.
Is there a song that you'd like to share either off the jazz CD or your new CD, the country one coming up, that you'd like to share with the audience? Let's give a little
Oh.
sneak peek of something if you don't mind.
Well,
I'll do. Okay, hold on. Hold this.
This is what's called a transition, ladies and germs.
It's called the double microphone that I have here now.
I'll do something from the jazz CD since that's what I'm trying to sell.
Beautiful.
Oh, the jazz CD. He's trying to sell it, folks. We are coming clean. This is like a timeshare tour where they don't want you to buy, but they want you to buy.
I'm gonna do If I Had My Way. Yeah, that's what Peg was gonna go. I always go by my wife.
I was going to say, you take
By
your
the way,
instructions
we
well.
do have his lovely wife, Peg, in
Yes.
Right here.
studio
Yes.
here, and I'm
Over there.
so glad she got up this morning because Dennis said, I don't know if she's going
She
to get up.
gets up early. I get up at like noon. She gets up at like 8. I don't know how we got married.
Well,
I
the
think
good
we got
news is
married-
it's
we had to
new.
like agree on a
How many
time.
years you been married now?
38.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, my three.
That's together, the same marriage, 38
Same
years.
marriage,
Yeah, my three wives. I think we total 38.
Oh,
something
that's
like that. I
great.
don't know.
That's wonderful. That is so touching. What
Well,
you just said.
I know. I'm going to get. I'll
He's
hear
going to
about
get
it later.
touched later. Don't you worry
Train
about
going
it.
by?
We have a train in the back.
Yeah, that's how the album starts. By the way, I'm going to do this song with just guitar. Just so you know, the guys on the album are it's Bob Sachs on bass, Mike Meacham on drums, and Joey Singer, who used to be Debbie Reynolds' music director, on keyboards. It's an amazing trio. They're amazing. So it's much fuller than what you're going to hear now. But anyway, this is called "If I Had My Way," and it's in the style of like a Cole Porter kind of thing. Here we go. I worked the night shift from 12 until 8. No, my job's not great. It's miserably dull. And I admit my life as of late always seems to be the calm before the lull. Now I'm not one to stir up the masses or have the classes at each other's throats. I confess I've missed one of fate's passes, and I'm fully aware of all it denotes. But if I had my way, I'd spend all day in a small chalet or a grand cafe just staring at you. That's what I'd do if I had my way. If I had my way, I'd sprawl on the lawn, sip Port Briand from noon till dawn, just drinking in you. That's what I'd do if I had my way. Oh, the simpler things and the joy that they bring are what life is about. Anything flashy or showy or trashy is out. But there's no doubt if I had my way, I went the sweet high above the street where we both could meet and take in the view. That's what I'd do if I had my way. If I had my way, I'd build a boat and I'd watch it float in our castle's moat or sail it with you. That's what I'd do if I had my way. Oh, the simpler things and the joy that they bring are what life is about. Anything flashy or showy or trashy is out. But there's no doubt if I had my way, I'd search a while for a tropic isle to suit our style, one nobody knew. That's what I'd do if I had my way. If I had my way and I had the time, I'd sit down and write the perfect rhyme. That's what I would do, baby, I love you if I had my way. If I had my way, yeah. If I had my way.
Right on.
Great song.
Wonderful.
Great song.
Thank you. With the trio.
With the trio.
Joey Singer takes a solo. It's amazing. Those guys are
I thought we were the trio.
well, right now. Yeah.
Oh, right now.
Yeah, this is for the live
I'm
album.
very confused. Okay.
Yeah, we're the trio. He holds the mic. I just applaud.
Wow.
And
What a
you do the
great-
performance.
what a
Great song.
symbiotic relationship.
Absolutely. Yeah. So again, let everybody know where they can hear more of that and purchase the
iTunes,
CD.
Spotify, Amazon Prime, and those are the three that I remember. But it's on every streaming
And
service.
the title of the album is?
Hapless Romantic. All original songs except for Bluesette, which is Toots Thielman and Django Reinhardt.
I don't know either one of them.
Oh,
but-
Bluesette's a great song. Yes,
Okay.
it's a good one. But other than that, they're all originals, and yeah. And then when we do the country album, I don't know what we'll call that, but we're gonna record.
This is what I'm talking about. I mean, this is the comic legend.
Legend.
What you just heard.
People out by the 7-Eleven are talking about me right now.
Well, you know, I get to look every day out here at the Las Vegas 420 shop. I now know what 420. Yeah, that's what it's called.
It's April 20th, isn't it?
Yeah.
April
Did you know
20th.
that?
Also Hitler's birthday, by the way.
Is it really?
Oh, is
Yeah.
it really?
So
Oh,
you know.
yikes.
I like to come into places and bring people's spirits up.
Well, you just
Hitler's
did.
birthday.
That's his
Hitler's birthday, by the way.
Well, by the way, courtesy of your wife, I actually had the best view where I sit. Is that picture behind your wife?
I thought it was my wife.
Well, that's true too, but she's rarely in here, so I have her in my same eyesight.
Oh yeah.
But
That's going to
I'm
be.
sorry, say it again.
That's going to be beach towel, by the way.
I'd order a dozen.
Okay.
Wow.
We have our first sale from licensing.
Beach towels. Have you done beach towels
Well,
yet?
that's what they're going to do with the license.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to take
Nice.
all that whole series.
Fantastic.
You know, somebody said to me, you'd appreciate this. You're moving to Las Vegas, you know, Sin City. Did you ever think of drawing nudes?
Mm.
And I looked at him, I said, I got it covered. I'm going to call it Portnoygraphy.
Wow. Wow.
And then
Fantastic.
Murray Sawchuk said,
Yeah.
you got to register that name.
Yeah, register that. Yeah.
That's a great name.
You know what? I already have a lawyer working on that right now. Sorry, too late.
I'm just glad he didn't
Story-
talk about sitting at his drawing board, no clothes on, his
Mhm.
drawing.
Story of my
Didn't
life,
wanna go
one
there.
Oh, so you're going to be
one-
drawing as your nude.
That's
I
right,
see.
exactly.
That's what it is.
You guys are raging this. What's going on? I'm missing something.
Just shut up. We're arranging your career for you.
That's
Anyway,
right.
what
You
else
haven't
should
done
we
much
do?
in 40 years.
Yeah,
so we'll
I'm
try
just going to
correct
sit back
I
and draw.
understand.
That's right. Just
There
stay
you go.
within the
Hey,
lines.
Aaron, I want you to do
Yes.
your, one line.
Oh yes, my hot seat questions.
Yeah, I love this.
You know, people get to see you and they see you perform and know he's the entertainer, and we're talking a little behind the scenes stuff. But I have a list of questions that are what I like to call the hot seat quick fire response questions.
Taking my glasses.
First thing that comes to mind, I want the answer.
Okay.
Okay. Favorite movie?
Schindler's List.
Why?
Great movie.
I'm obsessed with that period in history.
Okay.
For some reason. Yes.
Right on.
Yeah. Very strange.
Favorite
I'm a big fan.
actor of all time?
All time? Phillips Seymour Hoffman.
Really?
These are great answers.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I mean, off the top of my head, I'll leave here and go, oh, no, I should have said. I'll think of seven other people I should have said.
That's why I like the short fire,
Yeah,
whatever comes to mind. Favorite actress of all time?
Oh, man. Well, maybe Meryl Streep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite genre of music?
Indie, 90s indie music.
Okay.
Pixies, Nirvana, those people.
Oh, interesting.
Love those
Okay.
guys.
Very
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I have very strange musical taste.
I'm
My
sorry.
wife and I cannot be in the same car and listen to the music because she has different. She likes R&B.
What's Peg's? R&B?
R&B, that kind of stuff. Yeah, which I love also. But my favorite is 90s indie.
Right
music.
on.
Yep.
If money were no object, what kind of vehicle would you like to see parked in your driveway someday?
In my driveway,
Mhm.
I'd love a Mini Cooper.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because we test drove that.
Did you?
I loved
Could you
it.
get your guitar into a Mini Cooper?
Yeah. Now here's the reason. Now, when you say money's no object, I haven't test driven other cars that I probably would love because I realize, I
Money
never
is
afford
an
them.
issue, right?
So the best one that I've test driven is the Mini Cooper.
Gotcha.
A lot more room in that car than you think they have.
Yeah.
I have the Kia Soul. Have you ever test
I have
driven?
not. No.
Test
Kia
drive
Soul?
it. Oh,
Okay.
I love it's my second one.
I got a
in row.
Honda now. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Sorry.
Bucket list item as to where you'd like to vacation that you haven't been to yet.
Hoboken.
It's closed for the
I
season.
just love it. It's I've always wanted to see the great streets of Hoboken. No, well, you're gonna get mail from people in New Jersey.
You're
Hey,
right.
what's wrong with
I'll
Hoboken?
be the first one, by the way.
No, I
was born in Newark.
I'd like to. I've never been to England.
Okay.
And I love Monty Python. I love English humor. Beatles were from there. I think that's where I would like to eventually go. Even though the weather's not supposed to be great, but I can't believe an Anglophile like me has never been to England.
All
So
right.
that's it.
There you go. That's like me not
And
been
then
to
Hoboken.
Israel yet. So
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
and Hoboken.
And Hoboken.
And
Hoboken.
yes,
Second
exactly.
choice.
I've been to any of the three places yet, so I'm going to put those on my bucket list.
Wow.
Hoboken and Newark.
Yeah, in England.
Hoboken.
Put them at the lower end. of the
England
list.
to Newark.
As long as I know what
Go to
exit.
Newark for the airplane and
That's
then
right.
go
Yeah,
over. That's
there you
all.
go.
That's it.
Yeah,
You've
there you go.
accomplished both. Okay. Next question,
Mm.
which I just had in my head. Favorite meal. Describe for me all the parts of your all-time favorite meal.
Okay. My favorite meal is the chicken parmesan at Pasta Mia.
Okay.
This is besides what my wife cooks, by
I
the
know,
way.
I
She's
saw
a
you
really,
looking over
matter.
it.
She is a really good cook. No, seriously.
The options are wide open. So.
She gives me dinner, and I'm going, I can't believe you don't have a restaurant because she invents these recipes.
All right, so
and
let me ask you this question while you're on that. Favorite recipe your wife makes? Then you can give me your
Man.
all-time meal.
Honey, what do I like of yours? No, there's she makes this zucchini. Everything's great. Everything is
answer.
great.
There you
She
go.
makes this zucchini pasta that's really, really terrific.
Okay.
I'm blanking, but she'll put this thing in front of me, going, Did you make this?
Now, Peggy, let me ask you a question. She's off camera. Do you work from a recipe where, I know my wife Dorothy, who's a wonderful Italian cook, 2 inches
She
of
couldn't
this.
be a good Jewish cook. She
No,
had to be an Italian
Well,
cook.
it's okay. There's
Very racist.
another story for that. But she follows directions, like a little pinch of this. She takes, all I know is because I do dishes. What did you use this one for?
Yeah.
That's what I go through. Mix it up, do your own thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
My wife gets ideas from Pinterest and Instagram and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
what
go
she
to
does.
I'll go to a restaurant and I'll go, this wasn't that good, and I'll go home. It's amazing. So
I
yeah.
agree.
So
But second is the chicken parmesan at Pasta Mia on Flamingo.
'Cause
Really?
I love that
I
place.
love chicken pasta.
Right, me too.
Yeah, yeah.
Pasta mia.
And Italian American Club is good too.
Yeah.
But
Italian American Club.
Yeah.
American Club. I had this steak there, the ribeye for the first time.
Mhm.
It's the best steak I've had in Vegas.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Incredible.
Not Mike's
oh,
place.
and there's a
No.
place called Los Olivos
Okay.
on Desert Inn. Very reasonable and really good food.
Are
Those
you are
great
you
places.
are you a resident of Vegas, like on our side? Because I'm a mile from where
I'm
he
a
lives.
Henderson guy.
You are Henderson.
He's the
Okay.
other way, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I've got my passport stamp to go to that.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway,
It's horrible. It's hard. You got to get your picture taken. It's disgusting.
got to go through the
Can't
fruit stand
stand it.
to make
I
sure you're not
know.
bringing fruit over.
Yes, and then you got to go nude, and they'll check everything.
That's right.
We're going to break for commercial.
Yeah, we'll be back right after this.
Thank you.
Border
ladies and
Patrol, send your comments.
gentlemen.
Anyway,
What happened to the podcast?
that's right. like the guy who got arrested on Lake Havasu that I saw. Anyway, okay, next question. What is your favorite touristy thing to do in Las Vegas as a resident? That's a typical touristy thing, but you're a resident.
Touristy thing. Well, when my kids are here, we occasionally go to the go-kart place, Grand Prix. Yeah.
Which one?
Going
the one on Rainbow?
95?
On Rainbow?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's all.
We don't do many touristy things.
How old are the kids?
My 29 and 26.
Have they gotten any of the talent from either one?
Oh, my son. My son. We tried to talk them out of show business, but apparently they didn't listen to us. So my son now has a production company, his own production company. He does videos. He just finished 21 Pilots, the 6th video that he did for that band.
Great.
And they're huge. They're a huge band. He's doing something with Carly Rae Jepsen in the coming weeks, and he does commercials. He's got this video. He's like a genius at producing video.
He's got good genes.
Yeah, I suppose. He didn't get that from me. I don't do video. I can't operate a computer. I don't even know how that picture's working.
Just keep smiling.
And my daughter,
I'm feeding it quarters.
And my daughter is the assistant for the partner for Seth Rogen at his production company.
Wow.
So, yeah, so
that's
she's
cool.
His personal assistant.
Now, Aaron's daughter is very involved in the industry. Tell us
my daughter Alyssa, who happens to be home for a couple of weeks, she is a sound engineer for touring companies.
Really? That's
she just ended Rent, the musical.
Really?
That's in its anniversary
and
year.
She's the production assistant.
She's the audio.
Mm-hmm.
She's the head. Off of Rent, she was the A1, the head audio. So she was out in the theater doing the soundboard.
Right.
Now she's signing on, starting in another couple of months, Frozen with Disney.
That's fantastic.
So she's been doing that, and my other daughter is the residence hall director for Old Dominion back in Virginia.
Unbelievable. Yeah. See what happens? You can't get it out of the blood.
My two boys, my oldest, 5 years ago this month, was on the cover of Time magazine.
5 years ago?
He was on the cover of Time magazine.
For what reason?
He is the #2 computer hacker in the world.
No, computer hacker. Is there a lot of money in that? I bet you there is.
Well, there's.
Good. I have a few credit card accounts I'd like to give him.
Multi-millionaire.
No kidding.
He went to Northeastern in Boston University. His sophomore year, the government came in, tapped him on the shoulder, and said, "Either you work for us or you go to jail."
So what did he decide?
To work for them at the time, and then he opened a number of companies. He was the security division lead for Apple, HP. Just I don't know what he does.
Does he live here?
He lives in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, that's where you want to go.
Yep. And my younger one,
because you're near the border. That's why.
Right.
Fast escape.
He has a tunnel already built just in case.
Yeah. And El Chapo has visited the tunnel 3 times.
This is my son El Chapo. I like that.
Well, they moved him to what? Denver.
Colorado. Yeah.
Colorado. Yeah.
I saw that yesterday.
But they're already working on the tunnel to get back down.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Wow.
Also, too, then he can hack in and get the combination code on the wall if he wants.
Right. Correct.
Right. It was on the cover of Time magazine.
We're really going on.
I know. Send your email comments.
But listen, I heard from all my friends going, "Look at that! He got on the cover before you did."
Yes.
Nice.
I can't believe you didn't do the caricature.
That's what everybody said.
I'm sorry. I'm not original. I never said I was original.
Last hotspot question for you.
Yes.
All right. What is your most recommended Las Vegas thing to do for people who come to Las Vegas to check it out? Besides the obvious.
Gamble because everyone's a winner.
Yeah.
What's the best thing? I don't know. There's so many. That's a tough one. The best thing to do.
What would you, if somebody's coming to Vegas and they say, "Dennis, what do I need to, it's my first time coming to Vegas. What do I need to do to experience the typical Vegas experience?"
Come see the Kenny Davidson show on Friday at Tuscany, where I'm usually playing bass and singing and playing guitar. That's what I would recommend. And it's free.
And the accordion.
It's free.
And the accordion may make an appearance.
That's a tough bucket lift, quick, because they're really, I mean, if I say one thing, then, but then they're going to get mad at me for not recommending that because we have so many friends.
Get on their payroll. Don't worry about it.
That's right.
Yes.
So this is a rap. Well, you're off the hot seat. Those are my rap, because I like people to know what the person is about behind what they do for a living.
Right.
And to me, those type of questions give an insight.
If they like comedy, I'm telling you, either the Comedy Cellar at the Rio, it's always a great show because they get the comics from New York that are like the top comics there. Right. That's a great one. Or Laugh Factory's good too. Mm-hmm. So for comedy, those two places I'd highly recommend.
So you would not recommend to come to Portnoy Gallery on Saturdays from 12 to 1?
Well, you didn't give me a chance to finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I would say after you've exhausted all other possibilities, I
would
say
all other.
There's like a million.
Yeah, there's so many. Yeah. I didn't mention this because I thought it was just so obvious.
So obvious, yes. You can tell by the crowd in the studio.
Yes, exactly. Terrific. Yes.
with the sleeping bags and the
Yes.
pitch tents.
So come into the Portnoy Gallery here on beautiful Oakley. Is it Oakley?
Oakley.
Oakley.
No, Charles Oakley
Noel.
played basketball.
Noel, yeah.
Right.
Oakley.
Right.
I'm going to have a favor to ask of you while we're talking about the
Absolutely
gallery.
not. Go
Okay,
ahead.
well, then I'll have him ask you.
All right.
I would like you to grab a guitar. I
Mhm.
need a little background instrumental while I bring Dorothy up to talk
Mhm.
about some events, speaking of the gallery,
Oh.
that are happening in the next week or so.
Big
I
event
don't-
coming
but-
up. Yep.
Sorry, I put you on the spot that we're going to have you on early, but now you changed and we're ready for your camera.
You're having you on early because I was so dull and uninteresting.
No, you're coming back on.
I'm coming
We
back?
just because they have some great events this week with St. Jude's coming up,
Oh,
and I
okay.
want to give them. But you're not going anywhere. Once Dorothy's done, we're going to excuse her because she's not happy getting on the microphone in the first place, and you'll take your seat again. So
Oh,
give him the
okay.
mic. Grab a guitar right behind us. You could stay in the shot.
All right.
We'll have Dorothy Portnoy come up, who, as Neal always says, really runs this place.
She does.
So yeah, Dorothy.
I just
You're good.
draw.
Yeah, that's right. He just draws. Dorothy actually runs the place, and so we figured there's some great events coming up, and we want Dorothy to share them with the community. We'll wait for our music accompaniment to get strung up, or at least ready back there. Not so.
We're stringing Dennis up.
We're stringing-
Tremendous.
What did I just miss?
No, don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry about it.
That was all good. So whenever you're ready, just a little background tone, and so what's coming up here this upcoming week here at the gallery?
Well, on Thursday, July 25th, Christmas in July at Portnoy Gallery, we are having a mixer and we are raising funds for St. Jude's Ranch. We're going to have a raffle and red carpet, and we should have a nice bunch of people here.
And what time is the event?
Our event is 6 to 9.
What can they expect when they walk in? Besides meeting everybody, I mean, you're going to have the
We're going to have the red carpet.
step and repeat up, right?
We're going to have some food. Our food we catered from Opportunity Village.
Oh, right on.
So we're donating a little to them, and our main focus for the evening is St. Jude's Ranch. We're going to have a raffle. We have some great raffle prizes, and just
We are very
fun.
fortunate to have a lot of our entertainers and a lot of our friends here in Vegas, like the Glists, to give us tickets to Metapause, the musical, the Bronx Wanderers, a number of restaurants that have given us gift certificates that we're going to have as part of the raffle, silent auction, however we set it up here at the gallery. There will be well over 100 people here, so
Come early for parking.
come
Really?
early for parking.
Come now for parking, actually.
We're going to have parking when you come. There's parking in the front, but there's also parking in the back. And we'll have the sign on the back door so you'll know where to come in.
And we'll check with Little Darlings because they got a big parking lot across the street. Maybe we can park.
Timeshare some parking
also,
spaces.
one other thing you didn't mention, Sam Shockley and the show that Dennis is in with Kelly Clinton is also one of our raffle prizes.
What can people do to support the cause other than just coming?
Thank you. So we are going to have a donation box. We are looking at toiletry items, items to fill a house, such as mostly kitchen items. What they do at St. Jude's Ranch is when the children turn 18, they're no longer considered a foster child anymore, and they help set them up in studio apartments.
So when you say kitchen stuff, you're talking everything like forks, plates, spatula kind of contribute?
Yes.
Okay, so actual utensils and
Kitchen
hard items.
towels, bath
Gotcha.
towels.
Gotcha. I just wanted to clear it up for the viewers.
And then
Dorothy and I went to visit St. Jude's Ranch in Boulder City yesterday
Mhm.
and met with Brittany, who was wonderful, by the way, who gave us a tour of the facility, the apartments, what they do, what their mission is. Let me tell you some people. We're here on this planet for such a short period of time. Some of us are fortunate to be born with silver spoons in our mouth. Some of us are not so fortunate to have life get in the way. These are children. These are kids that for no reason on their own were put into situations that they don't start from second base to come home. They start from the dugout to get to home plate. Whatever we can do while we're here in this short time on earth to help and leave a legacy. You know what? I had a tattoo done this past week, which has been my motto my whole life. And it simply says, one moment in time changes everything. Give these kids that one moment to change something in their lives.
That's beautiful.
Right on. Now, if
Right.
someone doesn't bring actual stuff, you'll accept cash donations or checks or stuff too, made out to St. Jude's. If
Well,
some
made out to
or-
the gallery, and we will
make a
contribute.
donation of it. Okay, so
Yeah.
you don't have to bring hard stuff if you just want to bring some cash, maybe a prepaid credit card or something.
Sure.
Just
you can do that, or instead of doing that, just buy the raffle tickets, because every single
There you go.
dollar that's going to the raffle
gonna be donated
is going
back.
to be
You can buy-
donated. In
right.
the meantime, you can maybe win a prize.
right on.
You can buy a $5 raffle ticket or 5 for 20, right?
Mhm.
And we're gonna have little bags, and if you
And
like
just drop them
something,
in.
drop them
Okay.
in, and then we'll raffle that off. Pull the
By
ticket,
item.
you win that item.
There you go.
All of the money
Mhm.
that we raise through the raffles goes directly to St. Jude's Ranch for Children. We also here at the gallery will be donating a portion of the proceeds for any of the prints, any of the pictures, anything that happens that day. We at the gallery here are giving back to St.
Right on.
Jude's Ranch for
And
Children.
also, we are having a item in the raffle, which is going to be the Vegas Nights piece that Neal,
Golden Knights.
that everyone loves. So
Which
that
also
is gonna be framed.
Neal and Dorothy have been kind enough to donate one of those for the pageant tomorrow to help support their nonprofit, which we thank you on behalf of the Miss Fabulous pageant system tomorrow. So that's this upcoming Thursday, the 25th. If my,
Correct,
if my
Christmas,
brain is
July.
back on. Oh, the 25th. Now I get it.
Yeah,
I didn't even think
July,
about
you get
that.
it?
I just came out of vacation mode, so
Oh.
I barely know that today's Saturday. So that's this Thursday, the 25th, from 6 to 9 p.m. right at Portnoy Gallery, 1537 West Oakey. Come down, have fun. I will be here too, mingling and meeting people, and maybe do a little quick Facebook Live on my phone just to kind of
Oh,
show
fun.
what's going on. So
Thank you.
come on down, help support St. Jude's Ranch and the gallery's efforts to help support them and make a difference in somebody's life. Was there anything else? You have a paint and sip party coming up or anything else?
I'm going
Paint
to
and
have
view?
one in August. I have not planned it yet.
Okay,
But
so
that will
stay
be
tuned
up.
for that.
Yeah, and our it's Sip View and Paint, and we have a Facebook page.
Right on. So
Yeah.
stay tuned to that. All right.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Oh, wait, you have
yeah, I
something
was
else?
just going to say, Alan Glist, who is the promoter of Menopause the Musical, and the Bronx Wanderers just wrote in the chat room, happy to give tickets to Menopause the Musical and Bronx Wanderers.
Right on.
Thank you, Alan and Kathy.
Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it. All right, Dorothy, thank you very much. Your
Thank you.
debut on Twin Brothers has finally happened.
This is my first time.
Well, officially, well, we reference you a lot when you're in the chat rooms.
Yes.
Dorothy
All
runs
right.
Portnoy Gallery.
That's
All,
right.
all I do is draw.
That's it. Thank you, Dorothy. Great stuff. So come on down, mark your calendars for the 25th. And thank you for Dennis
Yes.
for that great music
I
in the
was just gonna
background.
do that. Thank you, Dennis.
That was great. Maybe you can come by every week and just play background music for us. On the
Wasn't
show.
it- he's-
Absolutely.
the talent this guy has.
We'll have to make it a later
pe-
podcast.
Well,
Yeah,
well, look at it this way. It's 4 o'clock in New York.
Oh, there you
Does
go.
that help?
we could do 3 o'clock
Oh,
in the
wait,
morning because you're still
Hold on,
up
right
at 3
behind
in the
you. Hang
morning.
on, Dorothy's coming back. What you got?
So if there's anybody who cannot make our event on July 25th, you're welcome to drop off a donation if you want to bring some items or a money donation. The way you can do that is if you go to our Facebook page, Portnoy Gallery, the event is on there. And if you go onto the event like you're going to buy a ticket, we have a place where you can donate money.
Right on. There you go. So just go right to the gallery. Make it even easier. If you can't make it, there you go. It's right online, and make your donation. No amount is too small. Every amount is big enough to help.
It's for the kids. Remember that, for the kids.
So back to Dennis. We're, believe it or not, we only have about 10. We've been on the air almost 2 hours. Well, I've been on the air almost 2 hours. You're on about an hour 45.
I'm
but that's okay.
exhausted.
I know.
You had to say that?
I know, right? Sounds like a lot. Anyway, so we have about 10 minutes left. I want to get down in all seriousness. And if someone watching right now has either they themselves or has a child that is considering going into entertainment, what kinds of advice would you give somebody other than maybe don't?
Did you
Like
say
I
in all
gave them-
seriousness?
in all seriousness, I know. Take that with a grain of salt, maybe. Throw out some advice for somebody who's considering doing something in entertainment.
Oh, well, it depends on what they want to do. If they want to do comedy, there's nothing like just finding any microphone, any open mic. I don't know where open mics are here, to tell you the truth. I'm sure there are, and I don't know what the network is, but anywhere you can find an audience to try out. If you want to be a comedian, go up there and do it. And apparently, don't let bombing stop you, because everyone bombs at the
right.
beginning. Apparently, Jon Stewart took 2 years. He said the first 2 years he bombed everywhere he went. I don't know how you keep doing it after 2 years, after 2 years of bombing, if that's true.
What keeps you going?
You got to just like be insanely in love with doing comedy, because if I bombed, luckily I had the guitar. I have the guitar when I do my show, my comedy show, so I can always like do a parody or just.
Do you write,
That's your safety
do you
net.
write all your own material?
Oh yeah,
That's unusual.
Well, a lot of people are doing that. That's most of the comics do now. They do their own
Really?
stuff. Oh yeah. No, all the guys like at the Comedy Cellar and the Laugh Factory, they will have their own. They write their own stuff.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
So
great.
that's As far as musician again, just play out as many places as you can if you want to be. I started with accordion, and I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, you did okay.
I started with a natural roadblock.
Right. You got
The
past
accordion. Which actually developed my ear. Actually, I'm putting down the accordion, but I was able to. I can now hear a song and play it like after hearing it one time because of the accordion. But just I just try to find work, and
What are those little buttons on the side of the
that's
accordion?
the chords. That's the chords.
Well, what about the key? It's got keys, right?
Well, the white keys on the front of you play the melody with. You can also play chords. That's like a piano. On the left there's the bass note and then the chord. You have the major chord, the minor chord, the seventh, the diminished, and the augmented. That's what all those is. So you can just play chords to accompany yourself.
You realize you went to Accordions Anonymous to forget about that
I
time,
did.
and
Thanks
you're
for
bringing
bringing
these
this
all
back
back.
up.
Because
I'm having hot flashes now.
inquisitive minds want to know. I always see those buttons and go,
Yeah.
how does he know which button to press?
Well, there's one when I still have my accordion, obviously, because I played with Jada, but the one with the diamond in it is the C, and everything revolves around the C chord. So that's how you find it. So you kind of move your hand up and down, and then you find the diamond, and then you're there.
Does the diamond, is it raised so you can find it? Or you gotta
it's
look?
raised. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't have to look.
You don't have to look. No, because that would be.
Yeah, I was going
Yeah.
to say it's
How
not
do you-
visible.
You couldn't really find it, so you have to
At 5'6", how do you look around the corner?
That's true. I'm always amazed.
Oh, jeez.
I'm always amazed at Eric Clapton. You see him playing these leads, and he's not even looking at the neck and going, "How do you do that?" I'd be on the wrong chord immediately if I didn't look at my
Greatest line somebody asked Clapton. How does it feel to be the greatest guitarist of all time? And he looked at him and said, I don't know, you got to ask Prince.
Wow, there
That's
you
a
go.
great
That's
line.
a great line.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, so basically what you're saying is find work, keep working at it.
Yeah, just do it. Just find whatever. Yeah, whatever. I would assume. I mean, I know there's people moving here all the time, and they just find they'll go to places and they'll find someone who can maybe put them up on stage or something for a song, and figure it, and then you'll get known. If you're
Right.
good, then people, I got a gig for you, or there's someone you can call.
That's
that kind of thing.
that's what Kelly does.
Yeah, right.
At her shows. I mean, and people that we don't know who they are,
Right.
they get up.
Yeah.
People know who they
And
are.
Kenny Davidson, one of the things he does at our shows is if someone wants to sing, well, first of all, there's Don't Tell Mamas. They'll go,
Right.
there's also that's a place where people can get up and request, and they can sing their own song if they want.
Do you know DJ Sinai there? He was one of the
No.
piano players.
I think I've heard the name, but I've
Okay,
never seen
because
him.
he performs it. He plays,
Right.
sings,
Okay.
but he also plays the piano, and they have
Right.
dueling piano nights or whatever it is.
Okay.
Anyway.
But at Kenny's things on Friday, he'll have a guest singer come up every once in a while, and it'll be amazing. And he'll turn to them and go, "Could you want to host the night, one of my nights?" So,
Right.
that's amazing.
Sure,
Great.
There you go.
That kind
there
of
you go. We're wrapping up. So
I
throw
know.
out one more
Your turn.
question. Your turn. Yeah, it's like a big tennis match here.
My turn.
That's it.
How many years in Vegas now have you been?
Well, we've been coming here since 1980.
But a resident now?
Resident 6 years.
6
Just
years?
almost 6 years.
So not that long.
Not that long.
Right on.
People, if you've not seen Dennis perform,
What are you waiting for?
really, listen,
I mean, let's say it as it is.
we gave a small taste today on Twin Brothers of the brilliance of this guy. And look, I'll keep saying it because he's brilliant. He unbelievable.
Keep saying it.
Every time, okay, brilliant.
He's giving him $1 for every time he says brilliant.
I'd
by
like
the
to
way.
buy
A lot of money in it.
I'd like,
Time magazine covered it for you.
I'd like to buy a vowel. Now,
Funny thing is he could draw his own Time magazine
I'm sure he
cover
could.
with his own face on it.
I'm surprised it's not hanging up here.
well, it is. It's in the bathroom. But you got to go out. Find out. Reasons to love Las Vegas. There's a lot of sites out there with Sam Wagmeister who does that column. Go see this guy wherever he's performing. It will not be the first time you go to see Dennis Blair. I mean, he's that type of incredible talent. What, Dorothy? What did you say? It won't be the last time.
But you said
It
first.
will be the first time.
It'll be the
It will
first
be the
time.
It won't be
time.
the last.
It'll
If
be
you've
the-
never seen me before, it will be the first time.
Well, you've seen him on Twin Brothers, so it won't be the first time.
That's true. It'll be the
See, I'm
second
trying
time.
to cover my back.
But it'll be the first time
Really
he tries
well
to
done.
get that sentence
It's
right.
not
though.
work.
It's the
It's not
best
working,
tap
is it?
dance
It's
I've
not
ever
working.
seen you do.
Well,
Saving a beauty.
listen, I took it. It was 8 years old. I can do my routine of tap dancing.
There you go.
Obviously, I went a different direction.
Oh.
Thank God.
There you go.
Sheila,
Please, I don't wanna
hi
see
guys.
that.
Tennessee
Sheila,
whiskey's in the house.
Oh, Yes.
Tennessee whiskey.
When I do Tennessee whiskey, that's Sheila Cooper's
Yep,
favorite
that's
song
right,
that I do.
that's
Yes.
So I want to thank you
Oh, thanks.
for
This is
coming out.
That's been a lot of fun.
Hopefully we've got some new followers of Dennis
I'm going
Blair.
to tell you what, on my page here, if
Yeah.
you see this thing right here, event log, and I'm not sure how it's going to correlate until I get your numbers.
Right.
But this is a record for us. There's about almost 1,400 event logs. Something has been going on in our chat room
That's
while I've been on. That is definitely the largest number we've had in any of our shows. So I'm going to see how it converts to live viewers.
This is going absolutely nuts.
It's not the chair, ladies and gentlemen. It's not electrified.
Can you put some of whatever you're drinking in this? Because
Yes,
I want to
like-
get that same move down. I like it. I like it.
There you go.
Oh, it's all kinds of lines I could say right now, but in difference to my audience, I will not.
Aaron, closing thoughts on your
No, closing. This has been great. It's a great way. It's a great show for me to come back to after being off the air for a week on vacation and everything. And really, my first opportunity, obviously, to meet you in person. It's been a lot of fun. And I know my wife's been in and out of the chat room, so I know she's been watching. So we definitely will make some time to get down and catch one of the shows.
Beautiful.
And check it out.
You'll be blown away.
Beautiful. And it's
Absolutely.
on my. I got to start updating my website again, which is dennisblair.com.
Yes, I was
I
gonna
got to
say.
put my appearances back on there, so that's where they can check where I'm going to be.
Facebook.
Facebook, yeah. That kind
And I
of stuff.
finally get them down to the gallery. We've talked about
Yes, we have.
of coming down here. We're still going to do something with the drawing. You're in the Portnoy Wall of Honor.
I'm on the Wall of Fame.
Wall of Honor.
Wall of Honor.
Yeah, yeah,
Excuse me.
Your fame preceded the Wall of Honor.
Okay. Yes.
But
I want to make it to the Wall of Obscurity first, and then see if I
That's
can
the
get
bathroom
to,
wall, by the
That's
way.
the bathroom
That's the
wall.
bathroom wall.
Okay.
That's why his Time magazine covers back there.
I see.
I'm not saying anything.
No.
I got
I know.
nothing.
All right. So
I
we're gonna
usually stop conversations. I'm very good at
your conversation stopper.
Right.
All right. So we're wrapping up. Final thoughts to anything you want to share with our audience.
Anything?
Anything you'd like.
Be good to each other, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to become that guy now. Just be good to each other and just think good thoughts and be positive.
All right. Let me turn his mic off while he's going at it right now. Neal, your final thoughts while Dennis is still
My
sharing
face
his.
still hurts from laughing. I haven't got anything. This has been a great show, and like you said, the numbers are the best we've had yet.
Right.
We want people to tune into Twin Brothers, Different Mothers. We're going to start doing segments where we feature the entertainment industry here in Las
There
Vegas
you go.
because it's our job to promote.
There
You
you
know,
go.
we want people to share what Dorothy and I experience on a daily, weekly basis. I tell my wife on a daily basis, moving to Las Vegas was the second best decision I ever made.
And what was the first?
Marrying my wife. Dorothy.
See,
good
I just
answer.
like to have exactitude. Yeah. I wasn't sure what he meant. What are you talking about? Yes.
All right. On that note.
Could I just say quick? If they want to hear some of
Please.
the country stuff, DennisBlairMusic.com. I have snippets of the songs. If they
Right
want to
on.
buy them, they're
Do-
99 cents.
Did you wear the hat at all?
I do not.
You need a cowboy hat.
I wear for the country songs. I will wear the baseball hat. Yes, I will.
Not
do
a
it.
baseball.
No, I look stupid in a cowboy hat.
Chuck
Have you ever
Norris.
seen me not wearing a cowboy
He
hat?
likes Larry the Cable Guy look with
How
the
about-
baseball cap.
Yeah,
on.
there
He's
you
doing
go.
his
That's the
country.
more modern. Yes,
How about a
that's the
yarmulke?
Luke.
When he comes out with the Manischewitz song, I'm into wearing
Beautiful.
yarmulke.
It'll be a baseball hat with a Manischewitz bottle to totally confuse people, which is what I do.
On that note, we're going to sign off for this week. Mr. Neal, closing thought.
Be kind to one another, like Dennis said. Listen,
I'm turning his mic off so he can say whatever he wants now. No one's going to hear him.
Closing thoughts.
The Marcel Marceau version
25th of July, next Thursday, Christmas in July at Portnoy Gallery. Let me tell you something. People who know me, I'm all about the kids. This is a great organization, St. Jude's Ranch for Children. I will be doing some live caricature shows down there for them. We've talked about, I give back, and I'm all about the kids, and I can do this for the kids. So please attend. There'll be well over 100 people here at the gallery. Parking will be at a premium. Get here early, get to mingle, meet people, share ideas, and enjoy your life.
If for no other reason, get here early so you have a place to park. Let's put it that way. Anyway, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
That's my overall last thought. Get wherever you are, get there early. That's a great.
This way you know you're there.
That's why you know you're there.
That's right.
I have
Groucho would
another
say.
arm I can tattoo it on the inside of here.
Get there early. Well, when you're talking to a crowd of Jews, usually that's never a problem. They're
Crowd of
always
Jews
early.
is my favorite new band.
Is
name,
it
by the
really?
way. I'm gonna form a band called a Crowd of Jews. Oh, can I say one thing?
Your mic is still hot. We're on forever.
August 20th. I'll be at a theater. I wish I knew the name of the theater, but it's
But get there early.
Get there, but please. Parking is at a premium. Town Square, where the movie theater is.
Down the boulevard.
I'm going to have a band, and we're going to do 5 or 6 original songs for a benefit for the homeless, and it's called Dreamstone. You can go to Dreamstone. I believe dreamstone.com. I'm going to have 4 great players behind me. We're going to do 5 of my songs. I'm going to be headlining it, so get there. It starts from 6 to 10, and there's going to be all sorts of other of great.
Is it outdoors or indoors?
I believe it's indoors. It's a theater.
But just go to Town Center somewhere in that day
just
and
ask
follow
where the show
music.
is. Ask where the band is. I wish, but I want to get that out there because we want to get people there. It's like for a good cause.
I'll make sure. I know you'll post it, but
Yes,
make
I
sure
will
one of
post
us
it.
get it so we can reshare it and announce it on prior shows.
Yeah,
Got it.
drive up and say, I was told to get here early.
I was told to get here early. It starts at 6. We go on around 9. Yeah, it's gonna be. I hope it's gonna be fun.
Excellent.
Right
Excellent.
on. All right. So for Neal, there's nothing else I need to say but goodbye. For Dennis, thank you again for coming on. It's been a lot of fun.
Thanks for having us.
Well,
Wait.
We have a wait. We have
Apparently,
a wait.
there's more.
Something happened. Hang on.
This is
Apparently
the never-ending show.
It's okay.
This is how my mother used to hang up.
The new Doofus T-shirts are done.
My mother used to hang
Oh,
up this
look,
way.
check
All
it
right,
out.
bye, and then she'd have 21 minutes of conversation.
Oh, wait, did they
coming
just
back.
walk in the door? Is that why
Yeah,
we're getting? Okay, so there we go. Brand new shirts. Yep, there you go.
This is a cartoon character I've been drawing since I was 5 years old. Will still be licensed by EBC. It's called Doofus. And just like it says, if you've seen Doofus, Portnoy Gallery.
And there's a Facebook page for Doofus, isn't there?
The Travels of Doofus.
And where can they purchase the shirts besides coming to the gallery?
Talk to Dorothy. All I do is draw.
Okay. Dorothy at PortnoyGallery.com.
You can
Can you just put the mic up there?
You can get in touch with us. Call us at 702-685-2929. Find us on Facebook, Portnoy Gallery. Right now, we don't have anything else set up. It's brand new. A portion of all these will be donated to St. Jude's if you purchase them or order them
On the 25th.
on
Yep.
the 25th.
Yep.
Well, I'll take a large. But let me ask you a question. We live in Vegas in the desert where it's 115 plus degrees. Why in black, for God's sakes, did you design a shirt?
Because the company's named T-shirts in black. I couldn't find one T-shirts in
The
white.
company is called T-shirts in black.
I just made that up.
A white shirt.
I would
see,
buy
but-
from a company called T-shirts
Right.
in black.
But a white shirt, which looks like a drawing board in black marker, which you draw in,
Black,
to me.
black T-shirts matter.
Wow.
Oh, God, on that note, have a great week, everybody.
Thank
Next
you,
week's
ladies
guest
and
will be.
We've
Tip your
been
waiters and
canceled.
waitresses.
Thank you.
Tip your waiters and waitresses on your way out. Next week's guest, Sam Peterson from Peterson Allstate Insurance.
Peters.
What I say, Peterson. He's got me all signaged
Well,
over.
He's
got-
very funny, I
no,
hear, but
He's got a son.
Sam Peters, Allstate Agency. He's got Summerlin locked down with 2 locations, and
he's got them locked down.
he does. You can't get in.
Wow.
He's got
Come
Summerlin
early.
locked down. Come early, get locked out. Anyway, I have no idea what I was saying, but Sam will also talk about some topics going on in Vegas that are true to his heart because he's got young kids and he's concerned about some things going on. So we'll share some of
He's
those.
also
thoughts.
a veteran.
He's a veteran.
he's a
He's
veteran.
also a Rotarian, and he's also a good guy. So stay tuned for that next week here on Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. All of you, ton of you out there, thank you for watching. Thank you for resharing. I hope you enjoyed today's show. We'll see you next week right here on Twin Brothers from Different Mothers.